testing. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Welcome everyone to another Eric flight stream tonight. This one was hard to coordinate once again, thanks to my 2-year-old, but she is now in bed, and we can actually do this. So let's turn some music on and get this thing started, shall we? All right, so we are continuing on our legs here to get to Paris, France, from my home base of Plymouth, Massachusetts, and it's proving to be quite the flight here. We are in Kulusuk, Greenland, and it looks exactly kind of like what we left it as when we landed here. Covered in snow, and the only thing you can really see for the runway are the lights. But we are leaving in the morning, so we could have some daylight here and get everything going. So that is what we're doing. We also might have a new feature today on the Eric Flight channel, but there's one thing I do have to do. I have to fix the browsing window, so let me do that right now. Because it's all missized here, and I knew it was going to happen because I accidentally closed it. So let me just resize that window really fast so we have it for reference here. There we go. Beautiful. All right, and as always, we still have our streaming tablet here, although I did get a new one tonight off of eBay, so if and when I get that one in the mail, I will let you know. Had a problem with paying the person for it, so I'm waiting for them to solve that with eBay. But we're going to take off from Kulusuk, go right over the Atlantic Ocean to Iceland, and that is what we're doing tonight on our flight. Everything should be good to go, so we're going to go to the checklist here and meet you in the cockpit as well. Here we go. Get this Cirrus SR22 checklist out. Gotta wait for it to load because, of course, I still haven't done the PDF yet for the thing there. But it is what it is. Does this music sound extremely low to you? It does to me. I don't know why. Alright. Well, you let me know if you're out there and watching. Let me know if it's too soft or not. But come on, checklist, let's go. It's been like this all night. All night. It's been one difficulty after another. But we're going to make this happen. Alright, all this on the left side is basically your pre-flight, so we're going to skip that and pretend we did it. Okay, before starting engine, pre-flight inspection complete, emergency equipment on board, passengers briefed, seatbelts, seatbelts, harnesses adjusted and secured. Very good. Starting the engine. External power is not connected. Brakes are set. Okay. I'm going to take off the parking brake as well. Battery master switch is on. That means both of them. Thank you. Strobe lights are going on. Excuse me. What is that thing? Landing lights should not be on. Just strobe. Okay, good. All right. Alright, mixture full rich. We're gonna look down here. We already filled the plane to full, so we should be good there. Power level full forward. Alright, fuel pump, prime, then boost. So prime for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to boost. Alright, we're also going to go to the power level at 1/4 of an inch. So right about there or so. Excuse me. Ignition to start, so I'm going to say clear prop, and we're going to start this puppy up. Here we go. Very good. It's really quiet, though, isn't it, compared to what it used to be? Let me turn this up a little bit. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear that. I don't know why, but my volume is very down. Let me check my volume settings here for a second. Volume mixer. Something's low. It's turned all the way up. I don't know. Well, we'll go with it for now. But if it's too low, you let me know. I'll try to crank it as much as I can. Yeah. So I guess that's what we're dealing with. Alright, we're going to try to keep the fuel to where it needs to be. Okay. 4th inch start. Power retard to 1000 RPMs. Very good. Right around there. Oil pressure check. It's good. Alternator master switches on. Both of them. Very good. And then we're going to turn on the avionics. And click the switch to turn this on over here too. Very good. Getting rid of the inset here. Everything else is looking good. I have no clue why this flight simulator is not very loud though. That's kind of making me angry. So, I don't know. Let me check my sound settings one more time because I just feel like it's not the loudest it could be. Okay. Advanced audio, spatial. Yeah, I don't know, man. I got them cranked, but it doesn't seem to be going through there that much. So I don't know. That's really weird. Let me test my outside speakers for a second. You won't hear anything here. Alright, well, we'll leave it, and that's the best I could do, so let me turn this back to my headphones. Alright, we'll try our best with it. That's all we can do. Alternator mesh switch is on. Avionics power switch on. Already got that on. Engine parameters monitor, they're all in the green. We're doing well. Amp meter check, it's charging slightly. We're good. Okay, before taxiing, we'll check the brakes. Flaps will be up. Radio and avionics as required. We're squawking 7,000, so let's do that. Because we are in Greenland, which is basically part of Europe. Also put the pitot and the frame de-icer on because it is going to be cold, and luckily it's not freezing yet. So we're good. Outside air temperature is negative 10 degrees Celsius. So you can see that we have quite the icing there. And without further ado, we'll head out here, but I'll give you an idea of what the airport looks like. So I'll give you a second here. Because I'm going to need this for reference too. I think there's only two entrances to the runway. So BGKK Airport, still safe from last time. Put the satellite imagery on, and let's look at this together before we leave. So again, it's a gravel airfield. It's all snow, hence why you're seeing snow out there, and lights. And we are on the apron over, I believe around here. So I guess we just go right out on the runway. We don't really care. We just go for it. Gotta get winds and stuff. So let's do that right now. And actually, there is no winds in the air traffic control. That's fine too, because you know what? We'll just use Flight Plan Go then. So let's switch to the tablet here. And let's put BGKK in, which it is already. This should give me a METAR, which it does. It says 270 at 4 knots. So I'm going to take off to the west. I'm going to have to taxi down the runway then, that means. Okay. 180, variable 340, yeah, whatever. Blah, 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 blah. Alright. And the QNH values, I don't know where to get that set on here. There is a setting for it, but it's not in the simulator. It just doesn't do it. No. Alright, so anyways, the GPS is already set there because it does it automatically. GPS, the VPR with the flight plan and everything. With that, so let me check my checklist one more time. And radio avionics, and we'll set the altimeter here for 9,500 like we did before. I don't think the simulator is very loud. It's really weird, people. I'm really sorry about that. All right, with that, we've got that set. Heading will be GPS, so we'll set that like that. All right, let's taxi out to runway. Actually, let's also set up VATSIM because I never did that either. Oh my lord, there's so many things tonight. Well, at least I'm catching it, right? Just gonna blink the screen for a second. Let's see if there's air traffic control, which I think there's probably not going to be. No, but let's go on VATSIM anyways, and we'll go from there. So flight plan, BGKK to BIKF, about 2 hours 45 minutes again. Departure time would be locals. I don't know. We're just gonna leave that there. 2 hours 45 minutes. Yep. Okay, good. Save. Close. Flight plan. We gotta connect first. Get the mode C off. Whoa. All right. Mode C's off. Connecting to VATSIM in the not 172. Cirrus. There we go. Flight plan. File flight plan. Mode C so they can see me. But there is no air traffic control, as you can see right here. It's pretty barren out here, so there is someone arriving. Why is this all small like? Oh, there we go. Someone arriving at Narsarsuaq where we were, and they're actually coming from where we want to go, Iceland. So that's pretty cool. But all right, with that then, let's get the heck out of Dodge. Let's go to runway 27. Even though they have no numbers, we're going to head westerly because you can see the windsock too is helping me out there. And we'll test the brakes on the way out. So here we go. Brakes are good. And let's get to the runway. Remember, this is all gravel here, so I'm allowed to do that. Oh, not crash into a plane though. Oh my lord. All right. Didn't see that plane. Kulusuk traffic, Cirrus, Denmark, Foxtrot, back taxiing for a west departure, Kulusuk. I also should be on the VATSIM Unicom. Boy, I am just messing up royally tonight, but it's cool. We'll get there. I do not know what's up with the simulator sound. Oh my lord. You can kind of hear it actually, but it's not as loud as it used to be. Let's crank it up, shall we? It's up all the way. All right. A little hard to see the runway here. Okay, doing a 180. Well, you don't really see that, so. Alright, anyways, we are about to get out of here. It's just really hard to see this runway. My lord. Alright, in the center. I'm going to rotate at 70, 50% flaps. We're also going to do a run up really fast here. This cap's handle, verify pins removed and everything. It is. Seatbelt, shoulder harness secured, doors latch, brakes are set, flight control is free and correct. They are. Trim set for takeoff. We'll double check here. 0, but in the real world, again, you look at this thing. Autopilot's disconnected. I don't like the marker on, so I'm going to turn that off. Flaps set to 50%. Check. They're already set to 50 because I already put them down as I got here. Flight and engine instrument check. Looks good. Probably should be a little faster than that, though. HSI and altimeter check and set. It looks good. Fuel quantity confirm. We are full, which is awesome. Fuel selector looks good. Propeller, we're going to check it by going to 2,000 and making sure that the manifold pressure goes where it needs to go. So here we go to 2,000 RPMs. Boy, I'm really sorry about the audio here. Something tells me I should just restart the sim, but I don't want to. Alright, back to 1700. Manifold pressure is working just fine. Alternator check. It is good. It's charging. Pitot heat is on. Avionics are on. Nav lights are going on. And while we're at, we'll also put the landing light on and leave it on. You know, alternator 1 and 2 caution lights are out. Positive amps indication for each alternator. We're good. So, alright. Voltage check. We're good there. Magnetos check left and right. Here's left. Good. Back to both. Right. Back to both. Very good. Transponders, alt. Yep. And Navrios GPS set for takeoff. We are good. So with that, we will call it. Kulusuk traffic. Cirrus Nanarka Foxtrot departing westerly out from Kulusuk. Kulusuk traffic. I guess that's what you say because there's no numbers on the runway. Here we go. Full throttle down the runway. And of course, oh, you know what it was? They also had an update before this, so maybe I should have restarted the sim, but that's okay. I did put the update in, but I don't know if I made it go the whole way. But here we go. Rotate at 70. Retract the flaps at 80, and then climb at 101, which should be about 12 degrees or so. Beautiful. We are on our way. We're going to hook a right out of here because there is a big mountain back there, so we don't want to touch that. And hopefully no ice is building up. Doesn't look like it. Looks like we're good. Okay. Should be about 900 feet before we take a turn to the right. And that beautiful morning sun is greeting us over those mountains as we are going to Reykjavík. I think that's how you say it. Mazdak, how's it going, bud? All right, clear on the right. Let's take a turn to the right. And here we go. Negative 12 Celsius. Where are you getting negative 70? It's only negative 12. It's really warm. Okay, autopilot. We're going to do nav on this so that way I don't have to keep turning. It will turn itself now. And we will keep climbing. Keep climbing. Right about there. Going to 9,500 feet. Again, the reason why we turned right, there was a big mountain that we have to get over right there at the airport. So if we turned left, we might have gone right into it. By going right, gave us enough clearance to go over it. What is negative 13 degrees Celsius? Let's check that up together, too. Mazdak, I don't know if you saw my new feature that I kind of put up there. But, if enough people come, we'll try it out. If enough people don't come tonight, then we'll not try it till another time. It's actually 8.6 degrees Fahrenheit. I already have the anti-ice on and stuff like that, so, or the airframe de-icer. So, but we'll see what we can do because this is a strict flight over the Atlantic, and as you might or might not know from the last flight, yeah, it was cool to go over the Atlantic from Greenland to like the island in Greenland, but. Yeah, so I hope you didn't like learn all those questions and answers because that's what I got planned for tonight. We might try that, but maximum 10 people in there, so we'll have to see. I don't know how you hear the sim, but it doesn't sound very loud to me today. So, does everything else sound good? Does the music sound like it's low? Crank this up because I can barely hear the music too. There we go. It's a little better for me at least. But man, this has just been weird with the volume tonight. You don't hear any music at all? How about now? Do you hear music now? Oh, we're stalling. Like usual, because it does this for some reason. The autopilot doesn't work very well on this. I also have to lean up the mixture, which would probably help us too. No icing, so that's not it. Alright, let's lean up the mixture for maximum power here. And just like last night, I'm thinking it should take us about 2.5 hours. 2 hours and 45 minutes, but we are ascending here, so let's see. Well, I was supposed to do this, but it's okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Allison and I'm your chief flight attendant. On behalf of the Eric flight crew, welcome aboard. At this time, make sure your seat backs and tray
active
tables
noise
are in their
canceling.
full upright
That's what I'm
position,
using right
and
now,
your seat
but
belt
you
is
shouldn't be doing
correctly
that in the sim.
fastened. We will be departing
I mean,
shortly.
I know it's quieter than outside, but, you know. But we're leaving Greenland for the last time, so goodbye Kulusuk, which I hope I pronounced right all those times. And we're on our way to Iceland. But yeah, this has just been weird with volumes. Man, what's going on? I don't know. But anyways, we're heading right over the Atlantic Ocean to Iceland. And just to give you a little update of where we are on our route right at the beginning here. Go here. Check it out. So, oh, I didn't connect flight plan go. Because why? Because I didn't. So let's connect it together. I got this little app right here. And it looks to be working now. There you go. So we're going right across that little part of the Atlantic Ocean to Iceland. Should take us about 2 hours, 2.5 hours or so. We'll see what happens. And everything will be good. But Mesnak, do not let the cat out of the bag either about that. Because that was a little, hey, what do you think? Should I do this? And no one really responded. So I was like, well, I'm going to do it anyways. If we have enough viewers tonight and people are up to it, seeing that we're going over the Atlantic. So let me know if my levels are too loud or too soft, or because for some reason it's doing some weird stuff with sound tonight. Checking my connections now. That's how bugged I am about this. But I think it's the simulator. I did the update. I should have restarted. I knew it. I knew it, Richard. Yeah. But you hear it outside, right? It's just not very loud on the sim. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you. By new background, you mean... Oh, your background. Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, you should. I want to see it in action sometime, and let me know when you do it, because Mesnak has been such a fantastic subscriber and follower here that I made some graphics for his Twitch channel. So, there are rewards, aren't there? There are. So, alright. Once we get stabilized and cruise... Get a little view outside actually right now. Again, we left here in the morning, so we have some daylight. And oh, my cabin. Oh, thank you. I've had these for a while actually. This is the Cirrus background. I just don't use it. So, oh, awesome, cool. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad I came through for you. And honestly, seeing that I already had a template for mine, to make yours was not that hard. The hardest thing was cropping out all that stuff on the graphics there for yours. But now seeing that I'm getting a new tablet, probably I got one on eBay, a lot more memory, a lot more powerful, and has the S Pen, which I love for real world flying, so I can write stuff down. It's better. So, oh well, you know. But there we go, Greenland, everyone. Say goodbye, sayonara. And we're heading out to sea for Iceland. I guess the music will have to make up for the lack of plane sounds tonight. But there's something else that'll make up for it anyways. So, if we get enough viewers and you all stay on. So, stay tuned. Okay, gotta lean out to make sure a little bit more. See if we get a little more power. No, we can't. So we're good. I'm going to turn that down just a little bit. Seems like when I think I have it all set up sound-wise, something happens. I think the sim just had to be restarted though, honestly. So. You got my sound menu out here. And, yeah, I don't know. I've got it cranked according to this, so. unless that will help us. No, it will not. Okay, I'll turn that off. That's good. Just kind of angry. We'll just leave it. Whew! I updated the chat commands below, by the way, so if you get a little bored at all and you want some interactive fun, feel free to, I didn't have that 122.8 the whole time for that sim, but that's cool. Ah, oh, just tonight. What is going on? So, I don't know. A little loud on the microphone, so I'll turn that down. Testing 1 2 1 2 3, right about there, maybe. Testing 1 2 3. Alright, I like that better. Alright, everyone. So listen, we're going to get over the Atlantic. We're going to have some fun with this. And we're going to look at the scenery and everything. And like I said, something new planned, but I will not reveal it unless there's enough viewers. So, either way, not a big whoop. We're here for the flying first, so just got a message about my new tablet, about trying to pay for it. Let's see what he says. Oh. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, he says give it another go, but I bought a Samsung Tab S6, which has 4 times the memory of this Tab S3, which I got for a good price. And I've used it for like a year. I bought it used, and I bought this one used too, because I don't go buy new stuff unless I really have to. I am a cheapskate when it comes to that. But how long does a tablet, like, honestly, like, last for? About 2 years, 3 years. So, well, let's see if this will work now. We are about 2 hours and 14 minutes out, and just about cruise altitude. We're ground speed of 162 knots because we're not climbing that much. Because again, this autopilot doesn't stay where it's supposed to stay. But it's okay. All right, with that, gotta sign it to eBay and buy this whole thing so I can ship it out ASAP. So sorry about that. It's just been that type of night with everything. Excuse me. Alright, so what is he saying about all that stuff now? This is getting confusing on eBay. 'Cause he's like, I sent an invoice. You don't have to send an invoice, just let me pay for it. Oh, it's a nice tablet though. Should last a couple of years. And again, I haven't been flying for real. I was supposed to go today, but my wife's car, basically the engine, this the cylinder number 3 is something messed up with it. So, and we're gonna be bringing that Monday, so she's had to use my car. But I am determined to fly Sunday if the weather's good. So. Okay, that makes sense. And make sure I have the right credit card. I do. I think I do. Sorry about this, everybody. Again, just the way the day's gone. Yeah, that is the right credit card. Okie dokie. The tablet shall be mine. I saved about, retail is what, $730? So I saved about $300 off retail. And it looks fantastic on the auction, so I also had some eBay points to use, so it's all good. And there we go. Looks good. Confirm and pay. And I never use PayPal. I always use my credit card straight, so that way if there's a problem, I can always just refute the charge. So, but all right, that is done. I don't have to worry about that anymore, and everything looks good there. Let's focus on our flying. Good thing for autopilot, by the way. Thank you to the autopilot of the night.
Automatic pilot.
There it is.
Okay, should be at altitude pretty soon. Gonna lean out the mixture some more.
I'll go back to the passengers.
And again, we will be there in about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. See if the autopilot locks to the altitude here, like it's supposed to. But got some low flying clouds out here. And all that stuff. Very clear. Sky Vector said it was going to be a nice flight, so leave it at that. Yeah, new toys. Again, Bitcoin's been going through the roof too, so when I'm not simming, I mine Bitcoin, and I also invested some of my plane buying funds in Bitcoin when it was like half of what it is now, so that's going up in value too. But I also had extra money from not flying, but I miss it. I gotta tell you, I miss it. I really wanted to fly tonight, but it didn't happen, even if it was just the 152. But hey, exciting news. Let me share this with you, because this got released today. You see how we're flying a Cirrus? Well, 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 don't know if you saw this, but I'm going to share it on the stream anyways. My flight school just went and bought a Cirrus to rent. And the prices are pretty comparable to other places from what I've seen. It's $225 an hour, and you do have to go through familiarization training for it. But let me see if I can find the actual fleet page. There we go. All right, so let's take a look at this together. That's it right there. The Cirrus SR22. So it's an older model, but hey, it's a Cirrus. That's all that matters to me. Oh, that's the Piper Warrior. And, oh, they had pictures of inside before, but I don't know where those went. So let me see if I can find the cockpit pictures in here. Don't know, because they don't really organize the website that well. It looks great until they have to update it, and then they don't do a very good job. But that's the 152 I trained on. They have a wide assortment of aircraft, as you can see. No, I guess not, but I think they're on Facebook as well. So, controller practical exam practice in Vietnam. I'm not going to Vietnam tonight. Let's see. Scrolling down. There it is. Alright, so there it is. The Cirrus right there. I thought that was actually the picture. Here it is, gallery. See what I'm saying? Like, the pictures are all messed up. You know. There you go. So it's got like the Avidyne setup. It's not the G1000, but it's a Cirrus, and that's what matters to me. I will be thinking about taking that up. 235 wet. Not bad. That's about normal for what it is around here, at least. And I meet the minimum rental requirements. I would just have to get the transition training. But still want to do my instrument rating, so I might do that first before I try it. So, you're fun for training? Yeah. It's not easy to save money. Well, actually, it's... Ooh, whoa, hello. I'm going to kick down the power here a little bit. Yeah, because it's just overspeeding, so it's all good. I'm looking at a Cirrus, and meanwhile, mine's cracking up. That's wonderful. Okay, what is going on? Oh my lord, what is going on? Okay, I'm trying to get the proper mixture here. 32. So right about there. And now we will make it about 40%. It's going down to 9,500 again, so... I just hit the pressure button, so there we go. But all right, we might test out my little extra feature tonight, but we'll get a little bit more time, see if more people come on the stream, and that'll make it more interesting. So now let's pump this thing up to 70% power. And that way, we'll have a little bit more to do than just look at ocean water for the whole entire flight. However, it is very beautiful up here. Greenland again in the background. Kulusuk way back there. Making our way to Iceland, which is somewhere out there. Alright. Now we're stabilized. We're looking pretty good. New ring speed's about 133 in this, so we want to be somewhere around there. And now that we're somewhat stabilized, 2 hours and 5 minutes to go. It's actually counting down a lot faster, so say about 2 hours to Iceland. And I did install freeware scenery there too as well. I've already tested it and made sure it worked. The weirdest thing is they don't really have a place for general aviation aircraft. It's just kind of an international airport for everything, so. Alright. So make sure everything's good there. And we're on our way to Iceland in the Cirrus. Not many legs to go. Let's take a look at the legs planned here. Just going to go to Sky Vector and load it before I switch just over there. Come on, Sky Vector, load. I've had some internet issues for the past 2 days while working, so. And I don't mean like major, just kind of 65%. Just been a little spotty about twice while working. So. Alright. So, if you haven't tuned in before, we'll show the ultimate plan here of our flights here. We left Plymouth, Massachusetts. We flew to Sept Îles Airport in Canada. Then we went over here, right at the coast there. I can't remember what airport that is. It was Nain or Nain Airport at the northernmost part that I could get to. For some reason, I saw some people go up here. But I thought these were all weather stations. I didn't think they were airports. But some guy's like flying all around the world. He showed himself going up here, which I don't understand. Because again, these are all weather stations, so they're not airports. So unless this is. Oh wait, no, there is an airport there, Dewar Lakes. All right, so maybe that's what he did, because he went over Greenland that way. But anyways, so we went to here at Nain, and then the sketchiest part was getting over to Greenland right here. 575 nautical miles. There was a heavy headwind because the jet stream goes up here. We went to Narsarsuaq Airport right there. And the other flight 2 nights ago, we went from Narsarsuaq to Kulusuk. And that's why tonight we're going to Reykjavík. If I said that right, probably not. And then we're going to go to this island in Denmark. And then go right down to Scotland, London, Paris. And we will have proved that the Cirrus can fly from America to Paris, France by doing that. So that's going to be a pretty good time right there. But the clouds are low. We're definitely in VFR conditions here. And according to Sky Vector, the winds at Reykjavík, I hope I said that right again, is 350 at 15 knots, few at 4,000. So the real live Microsoft weather, again, is doing its job pretty decently, not bad. If we check the winds here, let me know what they are up here. We definitely have a tailwind of 18 knots from 338. Reykjavík. All right, correct me on that. Just keep typing that every time I say it wrong. So. If I can't buy a plane though with those funds, I'm probably just gonna go for a 3090. You know, when they're half the price, and keep mining Bitcoin. I guess, I don't know. Sometimes I think, because again, it's my YouTube channel that pays for all my world flying. I think, man, what would I do if I didn't fly? I'm not saying I make millions or anything. I make like $1,000 a month for things, and that's outside my salary because I don't pay for flying with my salary. But I go, what would I buy, honestly? And I guess I'd just buy like a tablet when I wanted to, but I wouldn't have a need for a tablet, a more powerful one for an EFB, because mine's running out of memory. That's ultimately why I bought that tablet. So I have a Flight Plan Go and a VR, and it's running out of memory where I can't load everything I want in it. So it's just the way it is. Look at the waves right there. Look how beautiful that is. used to this. But if I do fly that Cirrus at the school, obviously I'm going to tape. Probably not the lessons, maybe not the transition course, because I really want to make sure I pay attention on that. But I would definitely take cameras in the cockpit. And hey, the thing would probably have pretty decent heat, which I didn't turn on at all tonight. Because in the Cessnas I fly, man, if they call that heat, it's not much. You basically just pull out the cabin heat and pray. So it's not the best. But most of the time, I don't even focus on the heat, honestly. We just bundle up. I have a nice pair of pilot gloves, and they're the touchscreen compatible. Now, I actually got to get that stuff. They were supposed to be touchscreen compatible, but they worked like crap. So I had to get that stuff where you kind of put it on there and it makes it like extra sensitive. So now they work great, but it was a little bit of a pain to get them to go. But all right, currently over the Atlantic. Let's see if we still see Greenland. Yes, we can in the distance right there. Like I said, just beautiful weather to fly. And this is real world weather, just not real world time. So wanted to fly during the day over here. And as we get to Europe, they're going to be like 5 to 6 hours ahead of me. So right now in Europe, it's currently like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. So. But anyways, we are making progress on our way here, and I've really enjoyed these flights with the Cirrus. If anything, it's made me more comfortable with the checklist I've made and everything like that. So, really thankful for that. I'm gonna check on my students too. I have 2 students who are doing a virtual Southeast Massachusetts District band competition. So I'm making sure that they're okay tonight. They just finished at like 9, but. Everything's virtual here because of COVID, and usually I'd be there, you know, with them, accompanying them during the day, but today it was virtual. But as you can see, he's doing pretty good. You know, again, my webcamera's gonna mess up, but so he's on his laptop and they're doing like a virtual band thing there, and quite interesting. Quite interesting. They had a master class with the Army Field Band, a virtual rehearsal, some workshops, and it's just been interesting. So, but all right, they're good. I don't have to worry about them till tomorrow now. And really, I'm just here for moral support. I sent them nice emails of congratulations and everything because they're awesome kids. I had 2, and in my small district, we never used to have any. So, and I credit them because they work hard, especially my one student who's going to go out for All-State, which is to audition to be one of the best in the state. He's done that for the past, I think last year he made it, but he didn't make it through the audition for the best in the state. And this year he's a senior, so we're hoping that he does. He came very close, though. So, but all right, we're on our way. Even the clouds, look at those clouds, you know? Pretty awesome. All right, at this time, why don't we oh, cool. All right. Well, that's not bad at all in Arizona. Up here, you know, I gotta be honest with you. My office is like the hottest room in the whole house because I have my computer, I have fish tanks and everything, so it heats it up somehow. Which is why I put the fish tanks in here, so I can pay less for heat. But I have to open up windows during the day because I have smart thermostats and they kind of balance it out, but they go by occupancy and stuff. I have like sensors all over the house, and they don't do a good job at night because like right now I'm in this office and it's wicked hot and my kids are sleeping and their rooms are supposed to be the ones that are being read by the thermostat, and they always get a little too cold because I'm in here and it's thinking, oh, it's like 80 degrees in here. So it is what it is though. But all right, let's see if we can do a little round on Twitch, some Twitch streamers that I actually like watching and that you might too. Oh, Dane Flats is on, ladies and gentlemen. So let's check in with Dane Flats. And if you haven't seen Dane Flats, you gotta check him out. He's a big inspiration for some of the stuff I've added to my stream here. So And he did tune in the other night. But it looks like he is flying the CRJ-2. It's a VAT sim event. Houston to Dallas-Fort Worth. He's flying the CRJ-200, so.
Okay, beautiful.
But have some fun streaming with him for a little bit. And that's why I refer to him as the man, the myth, the legend. Epic streamer on Twitch. So if you haven't checked out Dane Flats, please do it sometime. I don't know, his internet seems to be a little slow or something. But alright. He seems to have his hands full, so we'll leave him to his own self. And we'll check in later. So, currently at 9,500 feet, going east to Iceland. How about an hour and 43 minutes? So it's kind of a short flight tonight, but that's not a bad thing, because I feel like my wife's not excited about me doing flights tonight. But you know, sometimes you just gotta do things. I figured I'd be flying from 4 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today if I was a normal day, so I went with it, and that's what matters to me. So. Alright, Mesnak went over there, said hi, and included my name in Dave Flat's channel, so that's pretty cool. But, Dave Flats is an amazing person. So isn't Sim Caesar, who's not on tonight. But Sim Caesar and Dane Flats, two of my probably top Twitch streamers of all time. And again, really appreciate Dane Flats coming the other night. So see, I just got a message from eBay, so I'm hoping everything's fine here, because this has been just a pain. Just says estimated delivery. Okay, that's cool. Alright, so we are still over the Atlantic. Beautiful clouds, beautiful sun, really smooth weather, a terrific tailwind of 20 knots, pushing us 165 knots ground speed, which is getting us there a lot quicker than I thought it would be. If we look at our little flight tracker here, Flight Plan Go, we are about almost a quarter in and doing great. So we'll have to just keep an eye on things and see what's going on. Oh boy. Alright, we also have Slant Alpha Adventures. Let's go into his stream and say a little hello.
Show you the navigation plan. Following this out to Point Jejo, which is 37 miles. We got a little ways to go out on this 088. So that'll afford me a break out of the cockpit.
Send a little
to grab a second Red Bull there.
Yeah.
Catch up with
possible snow in Houston this weekend. Oh my
catch
God.
up with the chat as well once we
Interesting.
get all that. Eric Flight has stopped in. Eric Flight, yeah, man, we're good. We just departed from Austin, Texas.
Sweet.
We did our first leg VFR from Denton up outside of Dallas, Denton down to Austin, and now we're IFR east from Austin over to Galveston on the Gulf Coast of Texas.
Sweet. So he's doing the VATSIM event as well.
Well,
Yeah.
you are as well. Good to see you here. Rumors of possible snow in Houston this week. It's crazy. I got some friends that are League City, which is kind of just up the road from Galveston, and they've been keeping me abreast of the potential goings on. They have seen snow in League City about, I can't remember when it was, within the last 5 years. I've never seen basically snow in League City. It was like the town went nuts. It was like they had snowman building. They had like a half an inch of snow, and they had like snowman building contests, and they made a whole thing of it. Alright, so there we are.
See, he's pretty loud.
On that radial, and at
I can't. I don't understand.
Turn it over to auto at this point, I think, guys. Autopilot, nav, and altitude. And make sure that everything lit up the way we expected.
Alright, but we might check in with him a little bit later on as well.
Out.
And we're just gonna focus on our stream for a little bit here. See what happens. Okay, these clouds getting a little thicker here. But very beautiful. Still VFR over the top, so we're okay there. We will worry if we get near Iceland, Reykjavík, Reykjavík. I have to keep saying that right. Reykjavík, and see if there's a hole to punch through with enough clearance, which there probably will be. It says 4,000 few. Last time I checked. Yeah, few of 4,000. It's supposed to pick up though at oh boy. Let's see. 0164. It might pick up on winds as we get there, but we'll make it happen either way. So and Greenland is definitely in our pass as it's fading out in the back there while we make our way to Iceland. So really nice graphics. I gotta give it to Microsoft on this one. Mesnak, did you download the update yet? I don't even really know what was in it, honestly. I just installed it because it was an update. So. That's a nice picture. I'm gonna take it. Screenshot time. As soon as it wants to work like this. There you go. All right. Yep. Iceland is on the way. So. Yeah. So I don't even know what's in it. I tried reading over it, but I had to get to the stream, so I already delayed it twice, 3 times tonight. So I was like, I gotta get on this. So. But let's see if this has something to do with the volume tonight. No, it has nothing to do with it. Okay. Oh boy. Alright, well, we'll leave it the way it is and go from there. So. Oh, let's see what else is cooking here. That was Nick talking about his flying today. A little bit of icing, so. But 2 events coming up, Virtual USA Flying Club as well. So should be good. And it's nice to have, you know, a little bit of time in between events. It's nice to have a little break. I'm not saying I was tired of the events, but I just can't fly every week on an event with the family, so I'm lucky to get the time I do get, you know. Look at this ground speed here, 166 knots, hour, and 44 minutes out, so Mesnak, I'll tell you what, if we get like another 1 or 2 people in here, we'll try that feature out. We'll just try it out to make sure it all works and everything. I think it's going to be pretty good. But I'm not going to tell everyone what it is. You have an idea of what it is. No one else does. So we'll have to see. Oh boy. Seems like a lot of people are streaming tonight too. This is the part where I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna be over water for a while, but the clouds are actually adding a little scenery for us here. So. Still a little bummed at the simulator sound volume there. Volume of the sound. But there's nothing you can do with it when you're flying already, so. Remember when we used to think, like, Flight Sim 2002 was amazing? I don't know if we go back that far. We used to think, oh man, those graphics are awesome. Like, who knew? Who knew where we'd end up in 2020, 2021? That's what I think of every time I look at these graphics. You got reflections and everything. It's just amazing. It's also very hard to paint aircraft. I haven't tried recently, but I'm going to have to try that again. I want to get some Eric Flight livery going on. See what happens. So, it was really high time. I mean, every single time. You always had to update your computer, this and that, you know. I started Flight Sim 98, so I thought that was pretty amazing. That was like my freshman year of college, honestly. And I was trying it out when I was in high school, but it was here and there. I was just dabbling in it. And then freshman year of college, I just went for it, basically, and said, this is my stress reduction. So, but if you notice the gold bar at the top, we're about, let's check our file life. We're about 26% done with our flight tonight, so doing pretty good. The frame rate, I haven't had a problem, knock on wood. Haven't had a problem like I did in the Cannonball Run, where it locked to 9 frames per second. So I guess I tweaked the settings enough. I have a feeling it's the amount of memory on the 2080 here. I only have, I think it's 8 gigs of VRAM. So, but hopefully getting a 3090 in the future, even if I have to do the payments like I did before, so. Really? No. Well, if you load it up, it'll tell you if you have to load it. So. It's interesting. So. I don't know. I have no clue what's going on there. But. Yeah, well, they had a patch before, and then, like, literally I just loaded it up tonight, and they said they had another patch. I was expecting one on the 26th. So, I mean, let me go look at the Microsoft Flight Simulator forums and see what they what they said for the update. So, news and announcements. Small update. Nav data, January. That was 11 hours ago for activity. So, but that wasn't that. No, they had a lot of stuff there. So either it's just the update of the nav data and they kept that little thing from before, or they had an update on the development update for yesterday. And let's look at this together. Actually, yeah. I'm gonna bring this right on here. So. They got top bugs that they're fixing right here. The 1,000, 3,000 autopilot related issues. So they started working on that. Spain terrain mesh problem, I can see that. Live weather and wind readings are not accurate. Yeah, we'll see what happens with that. I really wish Rex Weather Force would just get its act together with the winds and transitioning to winds on the ground. It'd be awesome. So, and if they did the snow like Microsoft, it would be amazing too. Night lighting, crash desktop. I, knock on wood, haven't had a crash desktop in a long time. Most stops interact with the virtual cockpit. Nope. I haven't had a lot of these things, and I don't fly the airliners, so. Level of detail problems. I actually installed a thing for trees, which they call tress. Let's see. Top wishes. Community mod A320. I don't care about that. Replay functionality would be cool. I kind of miss that. Multi-screens functionality. I'm kind of using 3 monitors, but I'm not using on. I use the center monitor for the sim alone, and then everything else is just extra to run all the stream stuff. Scenery gateway system, community content. DirectX 12. That'll be amazing. I think that'll give us some performance updates too. So, weather system, the third-party developers. You see how that's not planned? It'd be amazing if they did, though. But I think they're trying to make their weather engine awesome. And then they might open it up or not. They might want control over that, but I fear that because in previous versions... Hey, what's going on, H16B22? How's it going? Nice to see ya. If we get more people in here, we can actually do something special tonight. What, Doctor? About 9 feet above the runways when I round out and flare. So... And my aim point for landing is to aim for a little bit past the numbers. So, I use the 500-foot markers. Yeah, I mean, I never really aim for the numbers unless it's like a short field, and I don't really have tons of experience at actual short fields. I've done simulations, simulated landings on big runways. So now say I pass, because the check ride you have to land within like, I forget what the standard is, but. Yeah, you round out first, you know, and then you kind of start the flare. So it's kind of a transitional phase. Yeah, sort of. Yeah, I mean, it's whenever I'm 9 feet above the runway. So usually it's a little bit at the numbers, a little bit past it. So, let's see what else they're got for top wishes here. Disappointing mountain terrain, 2 rounded. I don't know about that. Update cities, airports in South Korea. Okay, helicopters, I can see that one. Glider, sailplane, soaring, please. I can see that too. Taxiway sign issues, please fix that. So, and remove the ground vehicles. I can see them fixing that. Freeware category, yeah, you can kind of see freeware online. So, just so that you put the plane down a little earlier on the runway for maximum braking, so that way you don't go past the length of the runway. It's better to aim for that. That's my personal opinion, by the way. But you want to stop that plane with maximum braking, so you try to use up as much runway as you can. Just like when you take off on a short field, you go as far back as you can, and then you have the brake set and put that throttle in. So, improved pushback system. I agree with that. Even on the GA, because you can't really do it like you would with a tow bar. Power lines would be awesome. I agree with that. Trains would be amazing. AA traffic needs fixing. I agree with that. They need to get some livery too, if they can, if they real things. And seasons, I brought that up to them like twice already. Key bindings, I don't really care about that. Flight planner, I don't really care about that. All right, what else do they have? Anything? Ooh, that's a nice Christmas tree right there. Is that a Christmas tree? I don't know what that is. That's some type of graphics. So. Yeah, I just basically have a descent of about averaging negative 500 feet per minute, and then it's all about throttle at that point. If I'm coming in too shallow, you increase the throttle. If you're coming in too high, you're gonna pull out that throttle, and maybe possibly lower the nose a little bit. You don't want to go too fast on the airspeed. So, oh, they're just showing the scenery there. Oh, that's interesting. But yeah. SDK update, third-party update. So they haven't done. They don't really show what they've done in this last update that we just downloaded tonight, except that they said nav data update. So honestly, I go more by altitude when I round out on the flare. It's when I'm about 9 feet up off the runway, I start just leveling out, and then I start my flare. It's just like a standard level out and then start flaring just slightly. And a lot of that's going to be feel and stuff. So, not much you're going to do on that other than have to land 5 million times to get the feel of the airplane. You can't do that in a sim. That was probably the hardest part of my private pilot training for me, was getting a good flare and a feel for the airplane. So. Again, just 9 feet, and I have peripheral vision. So if I'm in the Cessna, I look out over here, because if the nose is up in the air, you can't really see in front of you. You're going to look over here and kind of gauge it out of the peripheral vision. So it's more of a look to the left at the side. So, you really don't want to be fixated on the instruments for VFR flying. You want to be looking out, and with looking out your peripheral here on the side, it's going to get you used to your flare and how much you have to pull back on it as it descends down. Because again, you're trying to do a controlled stall. So that stalls right after or right before you touch the runway. So, but if you come in too fast, you could bounce the plane. I've done that twice. That's not really fun. And that was in the 172. I've never done it in the 152. The 152 was pretty easy to fly. But again, dreaded Mansfield, 1 Bravo 9. I bounced that with 2 of my friends in the plane too. So I looked really good that day. And then I bounced it one time at Plymouth coming back, getting my landings in there. But I haven't done that in a long time. I think I've gotten a good grasp on the 172 since then. But talk about a little embarrassing and a little weird. So, but the altitude, it's more of a visual on the left here where I'm putting my mouse. Looking out there and seeing the edge of the runway and keeping it in the center, you know. But when you're looking over here, you're transitioning from this view, flaring up, and then when you can't see, you kind of look here while still looking ahead and making sure the plane's level and in the middle of the runway. So, because you're stalling the plane, your angle of attack's up, so it's going to drop like it's stalling on the runway. So, ballooning up just means that you have too much speed, and that it literally just means you have too much speed, so it's going to just have that ground effect and keep going up and waving up there. It's kind of like bouncing on the runway. If you hit the runway with too much speed, it still wants to fly, so that bounce goes boom, and then it wants to fly up again. And the best way of dealing with that is just to go around. Honestly, not even bother with it. But when I bounced mine, I was very close to the ground still after on the second bounce, so I just kept flaring and landed it. It's due to excess speed and also landing hard at the same time. So, but if you break that down, you can look at what you're doing and get over it. So, we still have an hour and 28 minutes to go here for Iceland. Too much airspeed, the stall's not going to happen unless you have a high angle of attack. So if you have a lot of speed but you get the thing to stall and it hits the ground too hard, it will balloon back up. It'll hit the runway, bounce right up. So, and it'll catch the ballooning of the aircraft. So, and again, the best way of getting out of that is just to go around. So, but the other thing about the Cessna 172 also is I've had this happen twice where the front wheel shimmies. I thought I broke the plane the first time, and I landed fine. I was with my friend, and we came back from Nashua, New Hampshire. We landed in Plymouth, and I landed it just fine. It was the 172P, and we got down, and all of a sudden the front wheels went, and you heard a. That's all you heard, and it was like, what the hell did I just do? Did I just break the landing gear? But no, it's just the shimmy joint. It just needs to be maintained. So I've had that happen twice. Nothing to worry about, but it makes you feel like you broke the plane. So it sinks down because your angle of attack's great, so it makes it go down. There's not enough lift underneath the wings, but then it's going at such a speed that it's the forward speed that's going to bounce off the runway. So, all right. So clouds definitely have built up since. Well, actually, no, it's about the same. It actually looks like it's loosening up ahead, but Greenland is definitely far behind us now. And this is it. You got the life rafts and everything here. It's the shimmy joint. It's just like the front landing gear. No, it's not the hard landing. It's just the shimmy joint and maintenance and stuff like that. And come to find out, the plane had to go in for 100-hour maintenance like right after I landed. So it's just like the shimmy thing on the front wheel. They kind of compress and decompress. It's like shocks on a car, and those wear out. So that's what makes the shimmy happen. So, but all right, Mesnak, what do you think? Should we try the extra special thing tonight? Try it out for the first time, see what happens. What do you think? So, your best bet's just to go around, honestly, if you're bouncing. It just means you have too much speed. If you keep going, see, I had enough runway and everything, so I know I was very low at the ground still on the bounce. I wasn't that much faster. But the best bet is just to be safe and go around. So to recover it, you would just keep pulling back, and the throttle's already out at that point. So, all right. So Misneck has called it. So without further ado, we're going to preview this tonight. Okay, I'm using some of my teacher skills while doing this. But the prize for tonight will just be glory, because I don't want to go out and say, oh, there's going to be this and that. But I'm going to make a lot of these. So go around to definitely your friend. Yeah, if you ever feel not safe, like even if it looks really good, but you're just not feeling it, you just go around. So anyways, what we're going to do tonight is I'm going to mute this music here for a second. And I want to introduce you to a new feature on the Eric Flight Twitch, which is going to be Eric Flight Trivia, everybody. Enjoy. Live via the internet, it's Eric Flight Trivia! Now, your host, Eric Flight! Alright, everybody. Alright, calm down. We're good. We're good. Alright, come on, let's go. Alright. Anywho, so, welcome to the Eric Flight Trivia portion. And I'm not going to do this every stream or anything like that, but for flights like this where we're over the water for a long time, I mean, you can only look at the clouds so much and everything. So I've devised this fun little diversion of your attention. You can still see the stream below me. I'm still here. Trivia is that way. I can't get this thing right. That way. Because it's backwards. It's mirrored. And what you need to do, we use Kahoot for this. So it says right at the top, join at www.kahoot.it, or you can get out your cellular device and download the Kahoot app. And I'm not letting this go. We're going to get a bunch of people to go. Mesnak's already in. So if you'd like to join, Mesnak's going to be by himself, because it'd be unfair for me to join the game, because I kind of made the quiz and had the questions. But we have 20 questions tonight. And was that volume really high? Okay, turning it down. I hope not. Yeah, well, you're still going to test it out for me. That's what we're into. So is that better on the background music there? I could kind of hear the sim a little bit. That's the cool thing. And obviously I cannot do this without autopilot being on. So again, I want to thank my autopilot one last time. Auto the autopilot. But we could use another member or two out there to join our trivia tonight. And if not, Mesnak, we're going to start in a minute and we'll see how good you are. So, yeah, sorry, that heckin' loud was me. So I turned it down a little bit. Again, I have to test all the stuff. So, but let me know. We have one more minute to go to at least get one more player there. And if not, Mesnak, you're on board, bud. We're going to see how you do. By the way, what was I gonna say? The questions at the beginning are wicked easy compared to the ones at the end. It gets progressively harder. So, but all right, you have about 20 seconds if you want to join trivia tonight. And if not, we'll have Mesnak just kind of go through it for me and test everything out for me and see what we can do. So. We're still about an hour and 21 minutes out from Iceland, so it's a good little diversion for us. Okay, Mesnak, show us your smarts. Here we go, bud. Hope this is working. All right, 2, 1. Doesn't seem to be moving too fast. There you go, bud. So you gotta push the colored box with the right answer on your screen. See what you can do. Charles Lindbergh is correct. Mesnak is doing pretty good, ladies and gentlemen. Now, see, the score won't matter tonight, but we're gonna see how many questions Mesnak can answer correctly. That is correct. He's 2 for 2, ladies and gentlemen. 2 for 2. Here we go. They do get harder. Archie League is the first air traffic control. Don't worry, that's a really hard one, man. That's a really hard one. But all right, keep it going. I think this is a relatively easy one, but I don't want to say it. So, Steve is great. Steve is a wonderful person. F-17 is correct. Again, some easy, some hard, so this should be an easy one, I think. Supersonic is faster than the speed of sound, which you got correct. Okay, number 6. I think this is a relatively easy one, too. Concord is correct. All right, you're on fire. But again, we're just seeing how many of these you can actually answer, my friend. C5 is the Hercules. That was not the easiest one, so don't worry about that, sir. It's all right. It's okay. Hey, you're testing this out for me. Yep. So I got a lot of these questions online, believe it or not, but blimp would be correct there. And I'm not putting pressure on you, but the faster you answer in a multi-person challenging environment, the more points you get. Each one's worth 1,000, I believe. And the faster you answer, the closer you get to 1,000. It is a glider. All right, we're gonna start hitting the hard ones now. Here we go. Zeppelin, very good. All right, sir. Chinese is correct. You'll probably get to double digits. Let's see if you can do it. We're on question 12 of 20. Chinese again, that is correct. A lot of people might think Richard Gardner with the Americans, but that was the first liquid-fueled rocket, so. Yeah, exactly. The Japanese, too. This one's a little bit of a hard one. Yep, it is the Royal Dutch Airlines. Very good, KLM. All right, you're gonna get to double digits, I believe. You got 6 more questions to go. Yeah, 6 more questions to go. They get progressively harder now. That's not an easy one. But yes, that is exactly what it is. They removed 1 olive from each salad served in first class. Can you believe that? They saved $40,000 in a year. It's pretty amazing. I wonder if people miss that olive. Almost double digits. Let's see if we can do it. Really gotta think about this one. It is the Airbus 380, but I could see where you're going with the DC-3, thinking that it's kind of old style and kind of the proportions, but this one's really tough. See if you can get this one. kind of have to know an average wattage here in order to have an estimated guess here. Yeah. Yep. Not easy on this one. It's 480,000 32-inch flat screen TVs, which do about 50 watts each, by the way. So that's probably one of the hardest questions on the whole quiz. 3 more to go. Notice I put during normal operations, so don't think about now. Not 2020, exactly. Normal operations. It is 60,000. So, but that one's really tough too. So, if you're gonna mess up on the questions, you're gonna mess up on the hard ones. So. This was interesting too. $1.2 million. You got $2 million. You weren't that far off. So, all right, here we go. 2 more questions to go. True or false? The one true and false of the whole quiz. I think this one's pretty easy if you're used to reading up on this stuff. It is true. It is a true thing. That scene from Airplane where the pilot had the fish. Yeah, because they had to ask because they have 2 different meals. But let's see if you can break double digits here. 10,000. Let's go. Notice we're going metric on you here. It is 78 billion kilometers, so that's a lot. That's 747's all time. So with that, what would happen is we'd have the podium here. So there's no third. There's no second place. But Mesnak, you are first. And you did get to double digits. So congratulations. The glory is yours, sir. In the future, by the way, in the future, if we get enough people, and I think there's a maximum of 10 players allowed. If we get enough people, I don't mind throwing some cash at people, like maybe an Amazon gift card or something. So thank you for helping me test that, though. And if you need any help with the stream, maybe like another panel or something, I guess I will give you that for a gift. So let me know if there's something I can do for you in the future with your stream. And with that, we will close down Eric Flight Trivia. First time ever. Thank you so much, Mesnak, for testing it out for me. We're going back to the cockpit now. And as you can see, we still have about an hour out here. The clouds are starting to clear a little bit around us. And we're getting there. So take a look outside. Again, the sun's been following us the whole way. That's usually what happens when you go to Europe, by the way. It's quite interesting if you ever take a flight to Europe that the sun kind of follows you. And still can't see Iceland out there, but we're definitely in no man's land. If we go down, they're going to have to send the, whatever the closest thing the Coast Guard is out here. Or we're going to be like the Titanic and just be left for dead, you know, until, like, ships pass us. It's all good. At least we have ELTs in this moment in time. But, Mesnak, was it fun, or was it fun for those flights where we're over water a lot and it just spices things up a little bit? What do you think? I got 2 more questions to ask you maybe about the trivia. Yep. Yeah, because that causes drag on the plane, which uses more fuel. It's kind of weird. But did you think it was just the right length, too, for a trivia? Because on average, it takes about probably 7 minutes or so of time. So it's not too long, but it's not too short. If you agree with me, let me know. What is that out there? Do you see this? What the heck is that? Are those clouds? They're just really grainy clouds? We're in the middle of the ocean, so they gotta be clouds. Good, good, because it's not gonna be every stream either. So, but I really got excited and wanted to try it out tonight, at least to see how it does. What I did notice is I had to keep the mouse over the browser window for the Kahoot to make it work. So, which is fine because we're kind of in that split screen there. But good. So, again, we want to still focus on flying, but flights like this over water, it was kind of like that. Hey, Nick, what's going on? You just missed the Eric Flight trivia for the first time. Mesnak won because he was the only one who took it. But he did good. He scored in the 10,000s and did a very nice job and helped me test it out. But what's going up? Good length. All right, because I didn't want to be too long either. Because then it's like, why am I even on the sim? You know? So, Nick, how close are you to finishing your instrument rating now? And I'm sorry about the ridiculously low sim sound. I don't know why the audio is not louder, but it's not. So, and let me put some music back on too for background music. So, that's what you got to tell me when you can't hear background music. I'm just saying. And I also have to turn the desktop audio back on. That might help too, huh? It's okay. Nick, there'll be more trivia. I'm going to make more. But I think 20 questions is good. Mesdak helped me test a lot of things there. And I did turn down the audio, which has been a little bit of an issue tonight with the sim. So, but, oh, cool. Yeah, well, you know, and with all that stuff, you learn as you go, man. But, you know, we all make small little mistakes. And you didn't really make a mistake. You made a judgment call, and, you know, that's just what it is. But, yeah, usually my flight school, they go out there and they get the de-icer and just put it down first thing in the morning if it's going to go out, you know. So, it's like in a jar, and then they get like a rag or something, and they really wipe it down after. So, but no icing on this trip. I haven't had icing since we went over the Atlantic to Greenland. So, but you're like Plymouth. I'm supposed to fly on Sunday. So, yep. H16 did ask. He has a lot of questions usually, but I don't mind. So, oh, cool. That usually, for me, that was the longest part of my training. And that's because consistency was one thing, because I have a wife and kids. And just, it's a feeling. You can't do it on the sim. Like, you could flare on the sim, but it's not going to be the same feel. You know, you have to really feel the plane and the yoke and get that peripheral vision working out the left. So, because it has extra, the extra speed causes lift, and it makes the plane go up because you're going faster, so you have the wind going faster under the wings. The same reason why you stall at a slower speed. So, yeah, exactly. Yeah, but you know, but what I'm saying, Nick, is that we all learn things. You know, like I have a person on my real life Eric Flight YouTube channel, and he's a pilot out from the Northwest, but he used to live around Plymouth, so he likes watching my stream, and he'll give me pointers and tips, and you know, you just live and learn. Like the criticism he had for me was, you shouldn't raise your flaps right away when you touch down on the runway. And I really don't. I let it kind of sink down and get on the right way. But I was trained to get those flaps up once you're good and solid on the runway. It's supposedly supposed to help you with braking. But I get his point too at the same time. Like the checklist, they say don't touch anything till you get off the runway and you're clear of it. I get it 'cause it's a distraction, but. Yeah, again, it's just extra. You're bleeding off airspeed. The airplane still wants to fly, so you're too fast. And it'll sink down hard because the angle of attack that you put on it with the flare, it'll still have that extra speed, which is transferred to the wheels, and it makes you bounce. So I've only done that twice, and I don't plan on doing it ever again if I can help it. But from what I heard, it's a pretty common thing with some pilots, you know, learning how to land. So I've only done it in the 172 because I'm still getting used to the landings and the speed, the control there, but you know, it is what it is, and you learn from it. So, because again, it still wants to fly, right? I answered that. So, it's just still getting that excess speed off. But, well, after your balloon, it still has still has a little extra speed, so it goes up, and it's still bleeding it off. It depends on how fast you're going. You can recover. The best way to deal with it, though, is to go around, not even bother with it, because if you're going way too fast, you're going to run out of runway really fast. If you're just fast enough but have lots of runway to go, you could try recovering just by keeping that flare and keeping it going on. So, but best way to remedy that is just to go around. So, yeah, you can recover. Again, it just depends on what speed you're at and how much runway you have left. So, but yeah, it was a good question. So, he has a lot of questions usually, like I said. So, I guess the Eric Flight trivia kind of wasn't for him. But yeah, flight's over water again. I was thinking the last flight, man, I gotta do something to spice this up a little bit. So. Yeah. See, I never bounced during my training, so it's just more of keeping track of the airspeed and stuff. I took the 152, which I feel is... Once I got in the 172, after I got my certificate, I felt like the 152 just felt really easy to fly, so... No, nothing to mess with, because you don't know. Like, you could get away with it. It could melt off, as you get up and more into the sun and stuff. But the whole thing is that you're taking at least a minor risk because, again, the airflow is not going over the wings as much, But I don't think you did anything wrong. You made your decision. And, we get wiser as we go here, so. I don't know why these clouds look that way. Let's look at those clouds again. They're kind of interesting. They look grainy to me, too. Is that icebergs? I mean, what is that? Is that clouds? I feel like setting the drone out, but I'm afraid that the sim will crash. You know what? Let's just do it anyways. Screw this. Alright, we're out. We're out here. I don't know if I can get that close, though. But I just locked something down here. Alright, well, the good news is I didn't lock us out of the sim. But... Alright. And... just did something weird with this. Now, the worst thing I've had to deal with has been carb icing, and the worst thing on a landing has been the bouncing in the 172, and then the shimmy joint on the front wheel, thinking I broke something on a good landing. I made a perfect landing. It's just that the shimmy joint needed some maintenance, and I thought I broke the landing gear. I was like, how much is this going to cost me? I had my friend. We kind of got it going on, and I was like, oh crap, because it was really dragging the wheel on the shimmy. And we got it down. I stopped it in the middle of the runway because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to taxi off. And then I went to go taxi, and it was fine. So that's worst thing you can do landing the plane is to not flare enough and to go too fast, to enter too fast, to come in too shallow. There's a lot of things that can do it. So I came in too fast. I was in the 172, and I went through 5 hours of training. We have 3 different Model 172s at my flight school, and I just didn't have good. I don't know what it is. I mean, I'm a short person. I'm only like 5'4", so. The 172P that we have there, the seat, I crank it all the way up because I'm a short guy. But I had to get a cushion to get a better view over the nose, and I got one now. But the 172N, the seat goes up more, so I don't need a cushion in it. So you can kind of see I'm kind of like, yeah. So, yeah, but Nick, you live and learn. They're not gonna like get you on that, But all right, Mesnak, thank you very much. Thank you for testing out the Eric Flight Trivia tonight. And again, if you need anything with your stream, I will definitely help you because you helped me out. So, and what's going on here? Okay, good. Just went to a new track. But thank you. And it's nice seeing you too, sir. Let me know when you're going to use those panels. I want to see you do it. So, no rush, but I do want to see it in action. Yeah. Like I said, Nick, it's a regulation, but it's an aeronautical decision-making thing too. You are the pilot in command, and they probably say like not to fly with any visible stuff on there, but you know, we live and learn. You saw from your the person you talked to there that they don't even really follow it, you know. So I'm still trying to figure out what the heck these things are. There's I guess they're clouds. We're over the ocean, but they look like trees and clouds, don't they? That's the thing I was trying to look at with the drone, but the drone's kind of frozen now, so I don't even want to touch it. That is weird. So, but we are on our way to Iceland. We're about 53 minutes out, and we're in the 5th leg of this Cirrus SR22 from Plymouth, Massachusetts, my hometown base, to Iceland tonight, and then ultimately to Paris, France. That's where we're going with all this. So, a beautiful sun's been following us. The clouds are nice. The scenery looks great. The audio has not been working that great tonight with the sim, at least. I mean, it's gotten a little bit louder, but I don't know what happened with that. And it's more about the flying right now. But seeing that Mesnak left, if we get more people on the stream, maybe we'll do trivia one more time if I can fit it in. And if not, it'll be definitely a new trivia in a future stream. But I'm only going to do it when I'm on autopilot and when there's like lots of ground to cover, or ocean, as you can see, because it does get a little, I'm not going to say boring, but a little routine, if you will, when flying over water. So it's been a nice calm flight so far. Pleasant conditions. Again, as we get to Iceland, I have to make sure that we can find a spot to go through these clouds and get underneath. That's going to be the biggest thing. So yeah, you know, and if your flight school won't do it, that's when you just have to be safe with it. And I know it sucks, but in fact, you know, the time I had the ice on the wings and they de-iced it for me, I didn't even have to ask. They just like, oh, we're going to de-ice it, you're not going out yet. No, it wasn't Block Island. I thought it was Block Island when they had icing, and I had the carb icing. Must have been after that, a little bit after that. But it was like maybe March when I went to Martha's Vineyard for breakfast, I think. They de-iced the plane. So they don't do it a lot. We, you know, usually because they hangar the planes if it's going to be icy out too. So that's the best way of getting around it. Get a hangar and hang on the plane when you think there's going to be frost, you know? But yeah, you'd be there forever too. Like I said, credit card, because I've heard people say, oh, I just chip it off with a credit card. But you got to get all of that off to the best of your ability before you can even make a decision on whether you're going to go or not. So. 49 minutes out from Iceland. It's a pretty nice airport. Again, I downloaded some freeware scenery to make it look more authentic, and it looks pretty good. You know, it uses generic building still, but looks a little bit better than what the basic version of it is in the simulator. So, well, you know, you got to make that decision. Like my old instructor, when he sees me at the flight school, you know, I'll ask him his opinion on things, and like sometimes he'll give me his opinion, and sometimes he'll just look at me and say, "Well, what do you think?" And he wants to hear me, like, work it out in my brain. So I'm overly cautious. I'm more cautious than what I have to be. You know what I mean? But I mean, I haven't flown in almost a month now because of family commitments. My wife's car, the engine, the cylinder number 3 is like something wrong with that now. Like it's misfiring, so I have to send that in. I was supposed to fly today from 4 to 8 p.m. and that didn't happen because we're down to one car until I get her car in there. And I don't feel like replacing the spark plugs again, so I'm just letting the mechanic do it. I'm just like, I'm done. I hate her car. But I have a flight planned on Sunday out of Plymouth. I kind of want to do Hartford still. I kind of plan like where I want to go cross-country-wise. I'm flying the 172N, which I actually have grown to really like. That's the one I don't need the seat cushion in, because the seat goes up a little bit more than the 172P. And I feel like an idiot with the cushion, but you got to do whatever's safe, you know? So. yeah, we're on our way. Clouds are low below us. We're at 9,500. And it's going well. I haven't done the pressure check in a while, so we'll do that. I am on VATSIM, but again, no controllers to be had over here. Take another look there together, just to make sure. Let me get it up here first. Oh, hey, Nick, exciting stuff. My flight school just got a new Cirrus. Well, not a new one. It's an old Cirrus, but they got a Cirrus to rent now at $235 an hour. And you have to go through their training. So I'm going to check that out, but I'm going to try to do the instrument first, obviously, because that's more important to me. But let's look at VATtastic here. And I don't know why these boxes are so big. Lots of traffic. They have like a fly-in or something happening. And look at that. In Texas. And Select Alpha is there. And Dane Flats is there. We'll check in with them in a little bit. But we're the lonely people out here going to Iceland. So, and that's where we're going. Bravo India Kilo Foxtrot. Keflavik International Airport. So, again, that's why we did the trivia for the first time tonight. We were going to be over water almost the entire flight, basically the whole flight. So, yeah. But, a lot of traffic tonight, you know, and I know it's Friday, but, and I'm surprised Boston Center's not on because they seem to always have someone on there. But, this whole Texas fly-in thing here, look at that. Dallas-Fort Worth to Houston. And we checked in with Select Alpha before and Dane Flats also, who's actually flying tonight. One of my biggest, I love his Twitch stream. A lot of the stuff like this thing right here that you're seeing right now, I got that idea from him. I just made my own. The trivia was all mine. I haven't really seen anyone do like an actual like trivia game show on their stream, but Mesnak got to test that for the first time tonight, and hopefully with lots of people watching, we'll do more trivias in the future. So, but yeah, we'll have to do some domestic general aviation flying pretty soon as well. So, again, those clouds are just weird. I don't know. They look like they're, like, again, clouds with trees on them, or mushrooms, or something. Like, doesn't that look like it's like hilly valley? A hilly valley. I said a hilly valley. It's really weird. And did you get the update in Microsoft Flight Simulator today? "43 minutes out," so we're getting there. And let's get our frequencies ready to go here. Looking at flight plan go here. Let's see. Current METAR there is 340 at 11, scattered at 3600. So, all right, let's go to the from the frequencies right here. Ground is 121.9, our tower is 118.3. Okay, so we'll get 118. Actually, no weather, huh? I'll have to check on the weather. Apply with the flight simulator. There's gotta be weather there. That's the problem with me flying Europe. I don't have any charts for Europe, right? I don't even know where to get them. So, if you know where to get European charts for VFR flying, let me know. Because I have no clue. But the airport will look like, let's pull that up here too. I always like to look at things at Google Earth when I plan, just to see what it looks like, the layout of the airport and stuff. So I also do it on the stream. And this used to be an American military base, believe it or not, and they turned it over to Iceland over the years, in like the 50s, I think, or something like that. But this is what it looks like, the international airport, right on the coast. So we're like out here. And multiple runways. Excuse me. Whew. Again, nowhere generally aviation parking. I mean, I'm guessing that you would just kind of go in the terminal. I know the flight simulator says you park here or here, but see, they got like little stops in the middle of the field too, so it's quite interesting. And this looks like it's airliners too. So I have no clue what that says. Looks like it's a church actually. No clue what that says. I'm sorry, I'm just not good at Icelandic languages, I guess. Here's the main terminal right here. So, you know, looks like it's gonna be pretty nice. They have a museum of rock and roll there? Wow, never knew that. So, must be a nice place to visit though, you know. Again, me and islands though, just not ever wanting to visit an island and live there, so. Clouds look pretty dense to me though, and this is Microsoft Flight Simulator live weather. Not live time though, because I wanted to leave during the daytime, so we left in the morning from Greenland, Kulusuk, I think that's how you pronounce it. And we're gonna be getting very close to Europe now though, which is kind of cool too. I haven't flown in Europe on the simulator in like, God, 2002 maybe last time I flew into Europe. I mean, I'm talking like for real, like on a flight like, that you plan out. So I've done like the scenic thing in Paris and stuff, but. But yeah, that sun's following us like it usually does when you fly to Europe. "39 minutes out." So I have some more chat commands. I updated that list tonight. I'm working on this one still, even though I put in the chat commands already. I want like a rain feature. So this took me forever this afternoon after I got out of work. And it's not finished yet. I don't have like the actual rain coming down, but I do have the window rain effect. So let me know what you think about this. It's got some cool jazz too. So. It looks okay. I gotta get some rain on that, you know? It doesn't even look like it's animating that much. It's supposed to animate, so that's not working that well either tonight. Or maybe it is. No, it actually is. I'm sorry. But yeah, we got that one. I don't know if you saw the snow from before. You can make it snow in the cockpit. That one's pretty much done. You know, you got some nice wintry type sound effects there. But we'll just keep adding on to those as we keep trying to make the stream more interactive while also still flying, so. Again, it's just hard to fill up time on these flights where they go over water and there's not a lot to look at, you know. But when we get to Europe, it's gonna have a lot. We're gonna have a lot to look at, you know. So. Again, I just wonder where you get European VFR charts, because it seems like in Europe you have to pay for everything. Oh, European VFR charts. I'm looking at the thing right here. 4 flights. Beautiful clouds.
$356.
Well, we have some Microsoft Flight Simulator traffic out there. Delgado 747-800. Wonder if that's what he's flying. Don't know. He's probably way out in the distance, though. So that is the clouds. That little puckering, if you will. So that's exactly what that is out there. So just clouds. Just some weird-looking clouds.
356. Awesome. Thank you, Eric.
Oh, no problem. No problem.
$25.02. See ya. Yes. Oh, yeah, I know. I just.
That's a nice photo opportunity right there. I'll take that one.
3 behind here.
If I keep whatever wants to do it. Okay, there we go. Alright, going back to it. On deck here. Again, just beautiful scenery on our way in here to Iceland. Wondering if we'll see Delgado up ahead, who knows? There was someone flying on Vatastic to I can never pronounce this. I'm gonna try it again. Reykjavík or whatever this. Misnak let me know earlier. Now I have to go look it up again. See. Oh man. What did he say it was? Reykjavík. I think that's what it was, right? Yeah. Something like that. But anyways, again, very quiet in the cockpit tonight. I don't know what's up with my audio for the simulator. It's usually louder than this. Not a lot, just enough so you can hear the engine. I do have the headphone emulation on, but this is a lot, so I don't feel like stopping the sim, so. But we are getting to Iceland. Again, we are about to... Where is it? Are you kidding me? Hey, you know what? I just noticed something. Look at my ground speed, everybody. That's pretty impressive. 207 knots. And that's thanks to the 58 knot tailwind. So I don't know if that's for real. But dude, that's pretty sweet. That's why we're making record time tonight. 207 knot ground speed. Holy cripe. You know? Yeah, take that any day. Again, just concerned about maybe finding a hole in these clouds somewhere to get through it with VFR. But it's not supposed to be that bad when we get there. So... see what Sky Vector's saying about Iceland right now. Scattered at 3,600, 340 at 11 for winds. And it's supposed to get a little more brutal as the night goes on, though, up to 30 knot gusts. So hopefully we'll get in there a little bit before that. Not that the simulator does a nice job of portraying gust, if you ask me. So. I forgot to switch the tanks again. Can you believe this? Dude, it's because I fly Cessnas, I swear. So how much fuel did I waste in that one tank? Oh, like half, you know. Probably be pretty out of balance right now. Should just set the stopwatch every 15 minutes. You think I would do that, right? Nope. Nope. Well, I'm going to have to get used to that if I fly a real Cirrus. Let's put it that way. So... Alrighty then. So yeah, I just got a new Samsung Galaxy, well not brand new, but new to me, Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 with 256 gigabytes of memory. And it came with 2 cases, a screen protector, which is, you know, pretty standard, and a keyboard, which I already have one for the Samsung Tab S3 that I use. I just needed more memory, so that'll become my new electronic flight bag as soon as it arrives, and I can install everything in it. Pretty sweet. What's up, George? How's it going? Just making my way to Iceland and having a heck of a tailwind. 209 knot ground speed. I'm pretty happy with this. Where was this in the Cannonball Run? Dude, I could have used that. It's amazing. And this is live weather with Microsoft Flight Simulator, so I must be catching a stream or something. Let me see if I can find that on this thing right here. I don't think it has winds for Europe and stuff, though. That's what sucks. So, no. Only for the United States and Canada. Well, I'm getting one hell of a tailwind here. We have winds 61 knots behind me at 267. I'm going to have to try to find a place to get through these clouds, though. I got 26 minutes to do it. So, I'm going to have to start looking. It says broken at 3,400 in the METAR for real life, so we'll have to see if that becomes true or not. But definitely nice looking clouds with the sun and everything, yep. Oh, with that little rogue cloud right there. Look at that one. And tonight we also debuted the Eric Flight Trivia. Seeing that we're over the water so much, I wanted to do something special while I was on autopilot. So we're going to incorporate that here and there. We're going to have aviation-inspired trivia. We could also do others, obviously, but it went pretty well. Mesnac42, a subscriber, and someone who basically comes to almost every broadcast of the Eric Flight channel, helped me test it out tonight, so that was a good feature. But we'll be doing that in the future too, so maybe you can get in on it as well. And if we get a lot of people involved, I'll probably start giving out some, you know, small tokens of like a maybe $5 or $10 Amazon gift card, depending on how many people participate. So we'll have to see, you know. But I'm TGIF. That's all I can say about today. We're gonna have to break through these clouds somewhere, though. And that's gonna be dependent upon the Microsoft Flight Simulator real world weather. It's supposed to clear up. It's not supposed to be like this around Iceland. So we will have to see. Let's see. Iceland, Keflavik International Airport, broken at 3,600, 330 at 12 knots. This has been about 2 hours, but this tailwind, I was going about 166. I didn't notice it until I was looking. I was like, oh my god, 210 knots. Look at that, 63 knot tailwind. So probably about 2 hours total by the time all said and done. We've got 24 minutes to go. But I think that's the fastest I've ever seen me in the Cirrus ever in the simulator. 210 knots, and I'm going around maneuvering speed still, which I like to kind of pitch for if I can, unless it's not realistic. For like the Cannonball Run, we didn't care about maneuvering speed then. So, but yeah, it's been pretty cool with this fast ground speed here. No, not at all. I'll take that any day. So where was this when I had to go from Canada to Greenland and I almost ran out of fuel? I was caught up in the jet stream there where it goes in a circle. So it was like a headwind, and then it went to a tailwind, and then it went to a headwind again, or something like that. It was pretty brutal. So, but yeah, doing okay tonight. Negative 17 degrees Celsius out there, so we might be in the negatives for Fahrenheit as well. Give me a second here. I believe we are. Negative 17 Celsius to Fahrenheit. I can't do this in my head. I wish I could, but I can't. Is, oh, almost negative. 1.4 degrees Fahrenheit outside, but I've had the airframe de-icing on the whole time. There's not a lot of moisture, I guess, because I haven't gotten any icing. It's been pretty good. And again, I'm sorry about the sim audio. For some reason, it's really low tonight. And it's not me. It's just the simulator did something. Oh, my sound card. but I will have to restart the computer after this whole thing's done. Make sure it's working right. So they also had a new patch for the simulator that I downloaded, and I didn't restart the sim like I wanted to, so. Oh yeah. Yeah. It was like 80. And I was like, crap, how am I gonna make it there with that much fuel? I think I made it with like 4 gallons to spare or something like that. So and I was burning about 15, so you do the math. Or maybe 2. Might have been 2 gallons before it would run dry because of the unusable fuel in there. So I like the clouds, but I gotta find a place to get down below them. So I could do a circle kind of down here, but that's even iffy. So I'm just gonna keep it going. And I'll overfly. Worst case scenario, we'll just do it a little unrealistic and go right through the clouds. But I'm hoping it clears up a little bit ahead, so I can punch through these clouds and get underneath them. That's all I have to be able to do. So, but the rule is I'm supposed to have 2,000 feet horizontal clearance between me and the clouds, and I'm just not seeing that right now. You know what I mean? So. Still be legal to fly this, it's just that I'd be stuck above the clouds until I can find a spot to go in it. And I'll start really worrying when we're 10 minutes out, let's put it that way. So yep. It's quite interesting. I've never had a problem with this before, because again, when I fly in real life, I'm cautious, a lot more cautious than I am in the sim about clouds and stuff. So, and I usually fly underneath them. So, but I was over the ocean. So in real life, if I was doing a flight like this, I would want the altitude. Not that's going to help me much in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, but it'll give you a couple more minutes to try to get over, you know, somewhere, anywhere. But yeah, really beautiful scenery. So. We have some Microsoft Flight Simulator traffic out there, Delgado, 747-800. I was, but honestly, it's. I don't think there's enough moisture in the air to form ice right now. It's cold enough, and you'd think about this cloud layer. Like if I went through the clouds, that's moisture, so I might get icing if I go through the clouds. But it's been pretty. I mean, this is the most clouds we've seen bunched up like this. It's been basically scattered and pretty nice. So. Not really worried about icing right now. I have the airframe, the icer on. I've had it on the whole time along with pitot. So, not really worried as of now. If I go through the clouds, I might be a little worried that some will build up. So, but knock on wood, I haven't had problems with icing in a while, which is amazing because Microsoft Flight Simulator is typically very, very wanting to show off on the icing effects on the aircraft a lot more than real life. So. Again, we are 19 and a half minutes out from Iceland. And just keep scanning here, trying to find a place where I can punch through these clouds. But that's not looking good right now. See, there's not much of a clearance there. That's the problem. And in real life, we might do a 180 and go back to where there is enough clouds, because we have enough fuel for that. But I'm going to push on only because it's the simulator and hope that there's a place that clears up ahead of us. So. Again, when we get to 10 minutes out, we're going to worry about it. No, as a VFR rules, you're not allowed to fly through clouds. Will I break that rule in the simulator? Sure, if I really have to, but I'm going to try to follow it still. And I'm supposed to have 2,000 feet clearance between me and clouds horizontally. So. It's kind of hard to fit into one of these holes to do that, you know? It's not as dangerous over the ocean here because there's not as much traffic obviously around me, but if you're over land in like around Boston or something and you're going to punch through clouds, you got to be really careful, you know? So, there's a lot more aircraft and you come out of those clouds and they won't see you, you know? And these are VFR conditions up here still. It's just that you gotta punch to get underneath the clouds somewhere. So that's what I'm worried about. If I could do that, I'm good to go. But again, the METAR didn't say it's gonna be this many clouds. So, and it says that again. Let's look at Sky Vector together. Actually, give me a second. It's just the rules, you know. And again, I would plan a lot more if I was doing this in real life, because that's what you do. But Sky Vector currently says that the weather there is broken at 3600, so this hasn't changed. So it's broken. So there should be enough room for me to maneuver in there. Winds 330 at 12 knots. So again, I'm hoping it clears up, because this is kind of broken. I mean, yeah, you know. But it's at 3,600. I'm at 9,500 feet right now. So you think it would at least be lower so I could get at least down somewhat. But I can't even do that right now, so. So we'll see. Keep an eye out for the holes to get through. And as far as where we are from Iceland. Yep, that was the wrong way. We're about that far. So, you know, we're getting close to where I want to start descending, especially at 213 knot ground speed now. 70 knot tailwind. Look at that. It's amazing. That's just amazing. .5 minutes till we're there, and I gotta get below these clouds. Oh, that'd be a nice hole, maybe. Yeah, that'd be pushing it too. That'd be a nice area. You know what? I might go for that. Let's do that. Let's go for that. Alright, taking off autopilot. I'm going to start descending slightly. Good fixins. On board. How are you, bud? We got to try to get below these clouds. That's what we're going to try to do. Climbing a little bit because the clouds are a little bit below me. But I'm going to punch right through this hole here and get underneath these clouds. We'll descend down to like 5,500 or something. We're about 16.5 minutes off the coast, but the biggest thing is getting through these clouds, because look, they're just blanketing me, and it's not like this in the world of Mitar, at least outside Iceland where I'm going to land. So this is typically what we do in the real world if you're a VFR pilot. I might be cheating it a little bit too still, I gotta be honest with you. So, but we're going to punch it and get through these clouds. Yeah, and the sun is looking really awesome. But see, this would be doable. You know what I mean? That's why I'm saying if we can get down there, I'll do a 360 to get down there. But I think I'm going to be able to get underneath the clouds on this. I really do, you know? So, I mean, I might even go throttle out right now just to get really down there. But I have to watch my speed here, too. And I had like a 200-something knot ground speed going on, so. Yeah. Well, it turned into VFR on top. It wasn't this bad when coming out of Greenland. So. But we're gonna try to punch through it. Just watching that speed there. Then I'll put the autopilot back on at 5,500. So keep an eye on that speed. I'm gonna do that so we're ready to go on the autopilot. But yeah, good fixins. We also tried out Eric Flight Trivia for the first time tonight. Mesnak 42 is the only one that played, but I needed to test it tonight, because on these long flights over water, it gives people something to do. So, I don't know what's going on with this cloud. Yeah, we'll cheat it a little bit. It's okay. We're not exactly 2,000 feet, but main thing is that we get underneath these clouds now, so there's no problems, you know. And I'm even facing away, if you notice. Doesn't matter. First goal is to get underneath the clouds. That's not 2,000 feet. But, you know, real life, no one's really going to know that, you know, 2,000 feet. Yeah, I mean, I would do it again, but we only have like 16 minutes left, even though it says 34. It's only because I have no throttle on right now. So, I don't know. I guess I could do it one more time if you really want to at the end of the flight. So, we'll see. We'll see what I can do. Don't worry about getting the clouds now. I'm going to take a left here. What I'm doing right now is I'm slipping the plane to descend faster. So I got my left aileron down and I've got my right rudder going on. And that should lose your altitude really quick. See that? But yeah, it doesn't increase the speed that much. So, nothing wrong with that. We are going to be pretty low here, though, so we might have to be at like 2,900 now that we see the clouds are this thick. And we're going to start turning towards Iceland again. Look at that. Look at that sun. Wow, huh? All right, I'm going to slip it again. Left aileron, right rudder. Crisscross on the controls. Uh-oh. I thought it just froze there for a second. It did, actually. All these clouds are pretty low. What the heck was that? I guess that was on the background music. Alright, 2,000. We're going to be skimming here if I get any lower. Alright, so go to 2,000. Stick the autopilot back on. Alright, with that, let's give a little bit more throttle. Set the altimeter. And pitch up. Here we go. So see, we got into the clouds, we banged through it. Let's get on course again. Nav mode will be on. It'll be intercepting there. And I think everything's good. Just gotta get enough throttle in there. So let's keep this going. Yep. Autopilot didn't quite get that, did it? Here we go. More throttle. And the autopilot disengaged. Because it never did engage. There we go. No wonder why I wasn't doing that. Well, I think we're fine now, ladies and gentlemen. And Iceland is going that way. So we'll be at 2,000 feet. Kind of skimming the water a little bit, as you can see. See that there's a lot of wind here because it's kicking up the waves. It's a little crest right there. So that's pretty cool at the simulator too. And there we go. We're on course again. Alright. Successfully made it through the cloud layer, which was daunting to say the least. Alright, still 176 knot ground speed, not too shabby. I am at 80% power, and I probably have to enrich it anyway, so let's enrich this. Right about there. Keep it about 80% power.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we start our
thank you
descent,
very much
please make sure your seat
for
backs and
activating
tray tables are in their full upright position. Make sure your seat belt is securely fastened, and all carry-on luggage is stowed safely
Yeah,
and
they kind
securely
of
in
look,
the
you know,
aircraft.
and the trim too.
Thank
The
you.
trim is right there, you know, but it doesn't function in the simulator. But I couldn't find for the life of me. I was like, how the hell do you tell where the trim is on the Cirrus? And that's it. But my flight school just got a Cirrus. They just announced it today. So again, I want to get the instrument rating first, but they have a Cirrus now at my flight school for $235 an hour wet. Which is about the going rate, I believe, on a Cirrus for renting. But you need 100 hours. I got that total, at least. Private pilot certificate, I got that. What else did they say? Insurance. Obviously, I have rental insurance. And I actually increased that because I wanted to make sure I had enough in case I ever wanted to go to Canada. So, and then, what else? You'd have to take the Cirrus transition trim like they make you do. So, no, the trim's actually on top here. It's a trim right there, but the actual indicator is on the actual yoke right here, if you'd call it that, the side stick, if you will. But you actually trim it with this right here. It's like a hat switch. You get to push the talk here. The autopilot, that I don't know if this is the autopilot or not, or if this is. I think the push to talk might be that white button actually. Oh, here we go. Autopilot disc. Press. So maybe it's a dual function thing. It does like the autopilot and the trim. Who knows? But we are definitely close to the water. But being offshore, knowing that the plane's running reliably right about now, I mean, it's still a little bit. I'd like to be higher over the ocean, but we're close to Iceland. So, and again, we were getting 209 knot ground speed up there, which was pretty sweet. We still have a tailwind, 33 knots. And we're going to be there in about 17 minutes, but not too shabby on the winds tonight, I'll tell you that. And I think the sticks just go in and out based on the trim, because if you think about it, you're controlling the elevator, you know, so it kind of has the stick slowly move in and out. It doesn't show it on the simulator again, but full trim down looks like it's down here. And trim up's probably over here. So I think that would tell you where it is. I asked this guy on YouTube too, who's like a trainer on the Cirrus. I was like, where's the trim indicator? Because on the simulator I can't find it. It was just this. And that's kind of what you have to go by. But in an ideal world, this thing would work right here. You know, it's always set to take off from what I see at least. But yeah, so hopefully I get that instrument rating, and then either I go to the Mike Goulian Aviation School across the way at Plymouth, or I get involved with my flight school's new old Cirrus. It's a SR20, so it's the older model than this, probably from the early 2000s. But it's a Cirrus. That's all that matters to me. You know, I'd love to fly one. It's on my bucket list. I want to fly one before I get out of this world. You know. Look at that wonderful sun. Again, we're on our way to Iceland. This is our 5th leg. We're flying ultimately from Plymouth, Massachusetts, my real hometown base of operations for flying general aviation aircraft. And we're flying across the Atlantic. I'll show you this actually on the stream right now. Nope, don't pull the chute, which is not available in the simulator. Yep, the autopilot to that. Oh, it's still engaged. It just went really down there. It must have had some winds or something. Oh, there we go. It's just a pressure indicator. So anyways, we left Plymouth here. There you go, there's my mouse. Left Plymouth there, went to Canada. This was the worst leg of it all because we have the jet stream come here and the winds whip around. But I almost didn't have enough fuel to make the Greenland from there on the Cirrus. And then the last flight we took, we went to Kulusuk. And this flight, we left Kulusuk in Greenland. And we're going to Keflavik International, if I pronounced that right, in Iceland. And that's where we're ending up today. And then we'll go to this island that belongs to Denmark, Sorvag. And then we're going to go to Scotland, London, Paris, France, just to prove that you can fly a general aviation craft across the Atlantic. You do have some horrors with icing, especially over Canada to Greenland, at least we did. But I haven't had any icing problems or anything. It's like amazing, so. It's supposed to be 500 feet below clouds. Cheated a little bit. That might be 500, maybe. Yeah, it is. It actually is 500 feet. And I think we're okay still. But man, these cloud layers, it was. Yeah, you pull the chute on the Cirrus. I've been told that you total it. It's done. So it's like a last resort. You're gonna total the plane. So, and it's right there. You know. You have to be at a certain speed too for deployment. I got it on my checklist here. Give me a second, I'll tell you. Alright. Parachute deployment speed. Max speed is 133 knots. So right now, if I had to deploy that, one, I'm very low, so I'm probably not going to have much time to do that. But two, I'd pitch the nose up, get to 133 and pull that thing right away. Try to gain some altitude, you know. So, yeah, it's totaled, so. Oh, stab to the face. Why is it? Oh, that is working. Okay. Thank you for following me. You kind of remind me of when I used to play in death metal bands with a name like that. That's awesome, so. But, yeah, you pull that chute on the Cirrus, you're done. That's it. Again, I'd like to apologize for the audio of the sim tonight. I don't know why. It's very low, and I tried all these things to try to get it up there, but it hasn't recovered, so. I should have restarted the sim when I installed that patch, but I didn't. Maybe that's why, so I don't know. But we are 12 minutes out from Iceland, and we're all good here. Alright, I gotta take a look at the airport here as well and see what my elevations are here. So, look at it with me, shall we? Airports. Keflavik. Current weather, 33012, broken at 3600. Yeah, I guess that's 3600. But it goes up pretty high there, so. Nice. Oh, okay. Well, it happens. When you become a real world pilot, obviously, you can still do that, but you have to plan it in advance. So, I'm also a family man, so I do not do much of that anymore. I did enough of that in my 20s in rock bands, so we're good. Alright. 11 and a half minutes out. What am I looking for? Elevation, 171 feet MSL. Alright. As far as frequencies, it would be... has a tower, so I'm thinking it'd be like a Class D at least. So, it is an international airport. Alright, we'll book it. 192 knot ground speed. That ain't too shabby either. So, I'd be a little nervous over this water at 2,000 feet, but what are you going to do? You have to get below the clouds. So, and they've just been everywhere. So, but I would have probably been able to punch through here too as well if I waited, so it's alright. There's the sun up there in the distance. Still can't see Iceland, but we're going to go right on the coast here. Again, let me show you this satellite imagery of where we're going here. So we're right off the coast. And the airport is literally right on the coast, right in Iceland. So we left from Kulusuk, which is right here in Greenland. So we've been over the water the whole time. So that is Keflavik International Airport. Good choice. I don't even know what alcohol is anymore, guys. Gotta be honest with you. I like my tequila. I like my Cabo Wabo if I'm gonna have anything. So, and it's pretty healthy if you don't add all the other junk to it. So, but yeah. Alright, just looking for that land out in the distance. See how the tanks are doing. I forgot to switch the tanks again, so now the right has to like bleed out. So no, 100% agave, but the Cabo Wabo, while expensive, is really good. Jose Cuervo obviously is junk because it's just your normal tequila that has tons of like refined sugar in it and stuff. But if you get the 100% agave, and it's really good. That's kind of my hard drink right there. So. Back in my younger years, my club days, if you will, when I was gigging as a musician, it used to be a Stoli Raz and Red Bull on a good night, but those things are expensive, so. And then we used to go to a restaurant with the guys where they'd serve margaritas by the pitcher. That was pretty. I mean, that was like Jose Cuervo, so it was kind of like you just, you know, they made a pretty mean margarita with that. So, all right, 8.5 minutes out. I'm hoping to see the island. There we go. Signs of life right there. That is the airport up ahead. I do not have an AWAS over here at all, so I will go to SkyVector and see if they have anything for an AWAS here on the sectional. But this would be like a class Bravo. Yep, ATIS 3116. So I'm not going to be able to get that. Because that, I think, is a military thing. Let's see. Oh, I just lost my camera on my background. No! I think my video card's not liking me tonight. Here, have some Star Trek Enterprise and then back to the Cirrus. There you go. I think my graphics card's not liking me right now. So, really? Wow. No. I like to savor a margarita if possible, but again, I don't really drink a lot anymore. It just goes with the territory. So, I do like a good Sam Adams too for beer, so, or lager if you will. So, but I usually go with the Sam Adams light. I'm always a light guy, just because I can't really. In my advanced age, cannot use all those calories. So, all right. Well, let's see what the simulator does for weather here see what it does. 128.3. What is that in the real world? That's nothing. Okay. 34720. There's no airport diagram in here. Let's see, we got runway 10. I'm looking at Google Maps here, which is what I do when I have to fill in the blanks, even in real world, you know, if I have to see where to park and stuff. Alright. It's giving me that, and not in 28. Alright. That makes it easy. Now where's 28? Oh, okay. So, typically, I'm going to go right in, and we might use the tower here on the simulator. I know the air traffic control sucks, but honestly, I'm usually a 172 guy. That's the majority of my flying. The Cirrus is because I wanted to get to Europe in a general aviation aircraft, and the Cessna just wouldn't make it with the icing and everything, and the range. And this has the speed as well. So that's why we decided on the Cirrus. But I'm really liking the Cirrus, and I would like to fly one in real life someday. And like I said, my flight school just got one and announced it today. So, but I'd like to get my instrument rating first. So, all right, 118.3 should be tower. So I'm gonna. That's actually Class D. I don't get Europe. I'm sorry. Full stop landing.
Keflavik Tower Cirrus November 489er Echo Foxtrot is 18 miles west with Victor to land. Cirrus November 489er Echo Foxtrot Keflavik Tower.
Left downwind. Okay, so we're gonna go a little south of the airport. The winds are right at my top of my personal minimums, so, or maximum wind, if you will. So, but left downwind, runway 28. All right. She'll do it. So, oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So the flight school just got an SR22. So let me know how that goes for you. So, all right, we're gonna start a little descent here as we get closer. Again, elevation is 171, so we should be about 1,200 feet for the pattern. And I'm supposed to go up Sunday. My wife's car, this Master Cylinder 3, is misfiring, so I couldn't go flying today. I had to pick up the kids in her car and just take it easy on it while she went to work in my car. And I'm working remotely, so that was the smartest thing to do. But we gotta get that looked at. I replaced all the spark plugs in that last time. I'm done with it. The thing eats oil. The spark plugs last time, I had issues with that, and that was on cylinder 1 misfiring. So God only knows what's happening with cylinder 3 now, but I know because I checked up the code. Usually, you check the spark plug. I'm just done with it. I'm like, send it to the mechanic. Let them deal with it, you know? Just done. D-U-N done. Just I'm being funny. But, alright. This would be runway 28 if I'm looking at it right. So we're going to go to the south here. So I'm going to switch the heading. I'm going to book it to the right, not the left. So we're going to go this way. No! Don't do it. You can do it. Go about 145 or so. Go a little south, and then we'll come right in on the downwind and bang lefts to 28. So, no, she's pretty good about it, guys. I gotta give it to her. She's put up with a lot from me on that. She still disapproves, obviously, but she's comfortable with the idea knowing that I'm a pilot and I'm going to fly. It's just, you know, it'd be nicer to take family members, right? Like say, hey, to my son, hey, let's go flying, you know, on Sunday. Let's have some fun. Let's go to Hartford together or something, you know. But she is not a fan of me flying any of our kids, and she has no interest, she says, in flying with me. So I just take friends with me. That's all I do. And obviously that's not happening right now because of COVID. So, but you know, it is what it is. I knew what I was getting into. This is way before her even. I knew I wanted to do this since I was 18. I mean, just fly, not make it a career. And that's just the way it is. But I told her, I was like, I want to fly Sunday if the weather's good. Over vacation, I had 3 flights booked. One of them was canceled due to a family commitment. And the other 2 was weather. So you can't do anything about that, you know. It was gusting to like 29 and 30 knots, and I don't fly in that. If it's 20 or below, I think about it. So 20 or below, I can handle. Anything above 20, I have handled, but I'm not a big fan of doing that if that's what the whole flight's going to be, because it's going to be very bumpy and stuff. So, all right, we're going to descend down to 1200 while I get over here on the correct side. Well, that's awesome. See, my wife has no ambition to fly, so. And even when we do go flying, I never get the window seat because she loves the window seat, you know. So I guess I just get enough with flying myself now, so it's all good. I can fly wherever the hell I want, right? As long as the money's there. But the plan is to try to get out to Hartford, Connecticut. That's be my next cross country, to get out more to the west. And then ultimately, if COVID's down a lot for this summer, I'm a teacher, so I get the summer off, and I'm not having to take classics. I'm recertifying this year, which means I have 5 more years to get those credits in for the next recertification. I'm going to try to get to Ticonderoga, New York, or we're going to relive what I did a couple of streams ago, which was the Woodstock Festival site. So that's what I would like to do for like a day trip, like a real get up there. So that's awesome, man. Yeah, the SR22, I mean, I don't know how big the cockpit is. I've seen one. I haven't really gotten in one, you know, but I kind of knew something was up when I saw the SR20 going in the hangar. I was like, maybe they're just parking it for someone. Maybe they're just storing it for them, you know, because they are an FBO as well. And, but, you know, it is what it is. Here we are in Iceland, everybody. Again, the airport's out there, so now I got to turn. I'll take the autopilot off, actually. Autopilot disengaged. And if anyone wants to type ! descent, even though I'm a little late with that, go ahead, have some fun with that, see if you have enough points for it too. So autopilot off, and we are far out here, so I'm gonna turn in here. We still have to get down to 1200, so autopilot's disengaged, right? Yeah, disengaged. All right. Alright, just gotta get on that left downwind. He's supposed to clear me too, so. But kind of doing a 45 here, a really shallow 45. Trim up. Trim down a little bit. And, oh, sorry. You did do set. Okay. We'll do the after landing. I'll do that one so you don't have to spend any points. How's that? So runway 28, we're turning downwind. At least I think I am. Based on where I'm at. Yeah. Where is it actually? No, I'm a little far off, I think. Oh, crap. See? It's out there. So I'm way far out. But it's okay. We'll save it. We're going to salvage this a little bit, okay?
Coming in too hot.
Yeah, definitely coming in too hot. Thanks for messing with me. Alright. We're way too low, but I'm going to give it 50% flaps here. Oh my god. Let it land! I am too low. That's the amazing thing. And I'm getting towards stall speed. It's amazing how accurate that thing is. Alright. Extending the downward a little bit because I'm not familiar with Iceland. Sorry, never been there at all in my life. And, we're at 50% flaps. Now trying to get more power out. Mixture should be all the way in. There we go. Okay, runway 28. So I'm going to turn this way a little bit. Little low, won't lie. But 28 should be out there. I can't see because it's posted in my way. And in real life, you kind of arch your head over there. But we'll turn slightly into 28. That way we don't miss it. We don't put in the 100% flaps till we're about 500 feet from the runway. Oh, yeah, see, that's the peripheral vision for you. But see, by extending the downwind, you have enough time to fix all this. Does that make sense? I'm actually going to put flaps up so I can gain some altitude here. So. So. It's smart to, at airports you're not familiar with, to extend your downwind. Okay, 50% flaps, 500 feet's not terrible. I wish I was a little higher. I gotta be honest with you. So. Alright, trim down. We're good now. Full flaps. We probably should have been at like 104, but 109, but we're good now. And that's gonna slow us down to 85. Throttle's out already. Trim up because we're descending way too fast. We're supposed to be at 85, so I don't know why it's stalling. But we're close to the runway, so we're okay. Man, that is weird. Stall speed's supposed to be like 70 something, I thought. But it's okay. We made it. That's what matters. Okay, middle of the runway. And we're good. How's that? Thanks, Good Fixins, for the moral support there. That was very nice of you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our destination.
Okay,
For your safety and
aerodynamic
comfort,
braking.
please remain seated with your seatbelt.
Yeah, sorry I
fastened
stabbed
until
to the face.
Eric
You just gotta
instructs
watch
you
me.
to
I'll add
unfasten your
points to you
seatbelt.
eventually.
It will then be safe
So.
for you to depart the plane.
Okay, we're
On
gonna exit
behalf
up
of
here
Eric
on
Flight,
the
I'd
right.
like to thank you for joining us.
And I
on
think
this
I'm gonna go to the
trip,
main
and we are
terminal out
looking
there.
forward
I know
to
it's
seeing
not
you
really
on board
realistic.
again in the near future.
There's not
Have a
really a
wonderful day.
I will as soon as I clear the runway.
126.2 for Cirrus 9er Echo Foxtrot.
126.2, we're on ground. We are clear, so we're going to stop here and do our post landing checklist here. Let me put this up here for you to see too. There we go. All right, so yeah, what is stall speed here? Stall. It's right here somewhere. Stall with flaps, 59. So that is not modeled right. Stall without flaps is 70. So, and again, I do not have I don't have ice on the wings or anything, so I don't know what's up with that. But all right, after landing, flaps are up. Power level at 1,000 should be about 5% power, 4 or 5. Transponder, we're not going to do standby till we're at the gate. Pitot, I like to turn that off. I don't need that. And also the airframe de-icing, I'll turn that off at this time. And the fuel pump is off. That's after landing, right? Yeah. Okay, I guess we don't need it. Alright, fuel pump is off. And here we go. I wonder if I have an airport diagram. No, I don't. But you know what? We're going to head towards the terminal over there. And there's some parking spaces on the right there. And I should have called ground, because I'm an idiot. Oh my god. Well, they'll tell me where to go. What the hell?
Reykjavík ground, Cirrus November 489er Echo Foxtrot, request taxi to parking. Cirrus November 489er Echo Foxtrot,
There is general
taxi
parking.
to General Aviation
Echo
parking
4
by
Kilo 2
taxiway
Kilo
Echo 4 Kilo 2 Kilo 3.
I have no clue where that is, by the way.
Taxiing to General Aviation parking by
So,
taxiway Echo
we'll see
4
if the
Kilo 2 Kilo
signs
3,
will help
Cirrus
me.
9er
Echo
Foxtrot.
4, Kilo 2, Kilo 3. I'm thinking I'm on Echo 4 right now. But we have made it to Iceland. So, we have made it to Iceland. And we don't need that tablet anymore with you. This thing takes off like a rocket, by the way. Did you notice that? I hardly had any thrust in there, and boom. It must be loading scenery now because it's freezing up. Alright, where's Kilo 2? Hopefully these signs work. They usually don't, but just in case. Echo 4. Whoop. This is scenery I download. Kilo 2 to the left. Hey everybody, the sign works. We're going to the left. What was the last one? Kilo 3, right? Yeah. I would have written that down in real life. But welcome to Iceland, everyone. This was a former United States base. And then in the 1950s, I believe, they turned it over to Iceland. So, Kilo... Nope, okay. We're on Kilo 2. Kilo 3, that's Sierra. Hopefully these signs are the right thing, because if they're not, we're kind of screwed right now. But, you know what, stab to the face, I'm going to give you Mayday. This is what Mayday would have been.
Mayday! Mayday!
Mayday, what the hell is that?
Mayday? Why, that's the Russian New Year.
Way
You know,
too
we have a
fast
big
in
parade.
taxi
We'll
here.
serve hot.
So. Good. Good. Did I miss anything else? Did anyone else try one that they couldn't get? Alright. It rewards people for watching the stream, but I know you've been here for a little bit, so I wanted to give you something, you know. Alright, we're looking for Kilo 3. So as soon as we find that, you let me know, because I'm looking at signs here. I'm using my binoculars, yo. Oh my god. Kilo 3 straight ahead. Okay. Just give me a sign. Literally, give me a sign. I'm guessing this is Kilo 3 that we're going to be on pretty soon. Going pretty fast for a taxi. It's supposed to be a jog. But if not, I'm going to make my own parking space. And we're going to shut this thing down. We'll take the drone out. We'll go look around Iceland. We'll have some good time here. So, and thank you as always for joining me on these flights here. It's nice to have a crowd. I guess I'll leave it up to you guys. If you would like to try the brand new feature on Eric Flight called the Eric Flight Trivia, you let me know and I'll try to set it back up. Decide that in the next 3 minutes or so. So, there's no signs here. Do you notice this? So it's like, okay, I'm going to pull in near this aircraft. I'm tired of guessing where Kilo 3 is, and I don't have an airport diagram, which sucks. So, obviously in the real world, you'd have an airport diagram. There seems to be another aircraft over there, too, so I guess we could park over here. You know? Pulling in right over here. I thought he was facing the other way, believe it or not. Oh, there he is! There we go. That's Kilo 3. I guess. That's where I'm parking. We have a marshal, everybody. He might not understand English, but we have a marshal. Good. Following you in, sir. Let me know where we're going. When I first got Microsoft Flight Simulator, I couldn't get the marshal to work, believe it or not. But now, he's pretty good. He's decent. The only time I ever had a marshal in real life, I'm still not there because he'd be giving me the shut-off sign. That means that you're getting there. There you go. See that? That means shut off the engine, so we're good. All right, back to our checklist here. But the only time I ever had a marshal was at Martha's Vineyard. And then they gave me like an escort. And I was like, I had my e-bike because I was going to bike the island. So I was like, can I just ride to the terminal? And they're like, oh, yeah, sure. So you just ride to the General Aviation office, and you tell them there. And the parking was free as long as you weren't overnight. So that was cool. All right, avionics switch off. It is fuel pump is off, mixture cut off. We're also going to turn off all the lights except for strobe to let our engines be on. All right, mixture full cut off. We flew for 2.5 hours almost. All right. So that's how long it took us to get from Greenland to Iceland. Magneto's off. Master's off. Battery. We gotta switch the other one because my site tech doesn't do that. Then strobe's off. And then we secure the plane with the parking brake. And welcome to Iceland, everybody. Let's get out there and view a little bit. But if you would like to try Eric Flight Aviation Trivia, it's only 20 questions. It takes about 7 minutes. You let me know. Here's where we are outside. Actually, we do have a little bit of icing, so that's probably why we had that stalling going on. I didn't notice it built up like that. Did you notice that? Wow. So that makes sense now. Oh, you know what I did? I left the flaps down for some weird reason. Okie dokie. Well, let's fix that. I thought I put flaps up. I could have sworn I pushed the button. I did, so why didn't it go up? That's weird. That's not my fault. There we go. Alright. Should be good now. Parking brake's still on. Alright, let's send the drone out. Actually, I can't because it's locked. I forgot all about that. Crap. Let me see if I can push a button to make this work. No! How do I unlock the drone? Crap. I know C... Oh, there it is. Okay, I did get it. Sweet! It's a little buggy still, but here is... what do you call it again? Keflavik International Airport here. Get a really big airport, to be honest with you. Big runways. Disjoint crane 5.7s here from Microsoft Flight Simulator multiplayer. By the way, I'm always on multiplayer most of the time, so that if any of you want to join with me, you don't have to be on VATSIM like I do. You can just do Microsoft Flight Simulator multiplayer. Here's the main terminal, and I guess it's generic buildings. But the thing is that someone actually put this in there where it wasn't totally in there before, and it has better lighting. This is freeware airport scenery from flightsim.to. And then we have the major city over here. And And I got a building add-on for this, so the buildings are a little bit more colorful than they would have been with the default. So yeah, a little bit better. Again, I just went to flexsim.to and downloaded all the Iceland scenery I could get. So, it looks pretty good. And then, literally, there's this major highway to take you to the next city over, which I have no clue what that is. Reykjavík, or whatever that is. I can't pronounce it right. Yep, I hit that C button again. See that? If you hit C with the drone, it freezes it. What, does this go faster? Look how long you have to drive to the next city. Definitely not like the United States. Well, unless you... Well, I'm sorry. I'm from the Northeast where cities are close. So, here we go. A little bit more of Iceland for you. Those clouds are definitely low. So, but pretty nice overall. Let's get a look at the cloud deck here. Whoa, look at that. So it's a good thing I found that hole when I did, or else we would have had problems. Cool, that makes sense. That does make sense, yeah. Especially when I had that 70 knot tailwind. That was pretty sweet, I gotta be honest with you. But, got some permafrost here or something. And, closed runway like they have in real life, so that's pretty cool too. But yeah, first time ever in the simulator that I've landed in Iceland. It's amazing that it's done with the Cirrus, which is a general aviation aircraft, so. Alright, so, gentlemen and any ladies, oh, I hate that when it does that, but gentlemen and any ladies that might be on the stream, are you up for Eric Flight Trivia or not? You gotta let me know now. Give me a Y in chat if you want to do a little trivia to end this stream or not. It's the newest feature of the Eric Flight Twitch channel, and we usually only do it when we're doing like overseas, and it's going to take me a while, and the scenery is going to remain the same for a while. But let me know if you want to do some trivia. You can all play, by the way. You can compete. And the time commitment's about 7 minutes, so it doesn't take that long. It's 20 questions. So, you can do 20 questions, so. The master flight display, you put the battery on in the avionics, so. Okay. Alright, I'm going to get ready. It's just Kahoot. I made it on Kahoot, so it's not like it's a big thing. But we do have a wonderful scenery to go along with it. So I'm setting up the game now. And I'll give you the directions on where to go and what to do. So, alright, without further ado then, let's get to it. Live via the internet, it's Eric Flight Trivia! Alright, so, now your host, Eric Flight! Is that too loud? Let me know if it's too loud. You gotta turn the alternator on, and then I'll flip that on and push the button to the far right. Alright, so we're using Kahoot for this. What you're gonna do is you have two options here. You can download the Kahoot app on your phone, or you can go to kahoot.it, and then you just enter in that game pin, put your name in, and then your name will pop up over here, and you'll be ready to go. So as soon as I get everyone that wants in, which will be 1, 2, 3 of you, we will start the game. And I'll tell you what, guys, seeing that you stayed to the end, I will give a $5 Amazon gift certificate. That's right, $5 Amazon gift certificate to the winner. How's that? You just have to give me your email, and I'll give you my email to email me your email, and I'll send it right to your email. So we'll make this interesting, okay? Boy, that didn't take long to ice up, did it? Wow. Alright, we're waiting for one more. One more person. And that's okay, because it doesn't start till I push start. All right, so Nick, are you still joining us? Yep. You have to, I should just give you this checklist. what you're doing is you turn on the battery. That turns on the main thing. Okay? You get started. You start it up. Then you put the alternator master switches on. Then the avionics power switch. And then that turns on the right display. But you have to push that right button all the way to the side. So. Yeah. You have to flip the extra switch. I have the SciTech. I don't use the honeycomb buttons here. I use the SciTech multi-panel, and I programmed it with SPAD, so. But, all right, Nick, we're going to give you like 30 more seconds, bud. So if you want to get on here now. Go to Kahoot.it or download the Kahoot app and enter in that game pin. Yeah, I don't even use the switches, honestly. I use my SciTech panel, so. But, all right, we're good. We got 4 people. Push Y if there's anyone else out there that I'm missing, but I don't think we are. I think we're good. So we're going to start it. Here we go, gentlemen. Good luck. The faster you answer, the more points you get, by the way. $20 questions. Push your color to answer the right color. That sucks. That's right. You left the death notice. That really sucks. All right, 2 more people to answer. Faster you answer, the more points you get. It is Charles Lindbergh. We start off really easy, guys, by the way. They do get a lot harder. There's some interesting questions coming up. But in front is Stab to the Face, followed by Good Fixins. Nick, you're 3rd. George, you're 4th. Here we go. Remember, this is for a $5 Amazon gift card. I'm going slow on that stuff too. I want to make the money spread out as we do this stuff. So. All right, it is the Spirit of St. Louis. 3 of you got it. All right, George, you've moved up. Stab to the Face, you're in first, and Good Fixins, you're right behind him. So here we go. I guess so. A little hotter out here. Keep trying. You can't lose points for trying. It's Archie League. A lot of you think Kennedy Steve. I get it, but he is not the first air traffic controller. So, all right. It looks like we kind of stayed the same. Interesting. All right, here we go. Sorry, George. I have this as big as it can be because I had to save some space on there. Because if I'm flying, I want you to be able to see the flying while you do it. So, it is the F-17. So Good Fixin's got that, and he is in the lead. That happens too. Yeah, no, that happens. Alright, listen, my 2-year-old's up and she's crying. So I'm going to leave you to this. I'm going to go to the next question. I'm going to try to hand her off a little bit and then I'm going to come right back. It should take me like 30 seconds. So as soon as we're done with this one. Faster than the speed of sound. No one picked faster than bullet. Thank God, because that's Superman. Alright, I'm going to be right back, but here you go with the next question. All right, we're doing double duty here. It is the Concord. Very good. Good Fixins is on fire. So see what happens here. It's the C5. Everyone thinks the C130. I get it. Stab to the face is on fire and in first now. It is a blimp. Good, y'all got that. That's awesome. All right, we're getting there. Stab to the face, still on fire. All right, try your best. Okay, glider. Very good. Okay, good fixins. You're close. Stab to the face here. Other guys, you still have a chance. We're only halfway through. 10 out of 20. They were known as Zeppelins. 2 of you got it. All right. Hey, there's still time. There's still 9 more questions to go. Was the Chinese. Very good. Moving on. If you could phone a friend within 30 seconds, I guess you could. Well, you know, it's okay. Getting your sis together. It's the Chinese again, by the way. You would think the Russians with the space program and Sputnik, but no. All right, keep going. Got 7 more questions, then we're done. It kind of was a trick question, kind of. KLM Royal Dutch Airlines. Wow. Pan American World Airways I tried to throw people off with, so I can see why you answered that. All right, no one gets points on that one. Got 6 more questions to go. Shh, shh, shh. They get harder now. You know it. Well, I am a teacher. Think about that. Shh. Shh. I'm gonna go to bed soon, okay? What? You wanna go see Mom? That's a good idea. This is interesting, and they get harder, so. They removed 1 olive from each salad and served in first class, and that's how they saved $40,000 in a year. Believe that? No one got it. It's the Airbus 380. Nice job. All right, stab to the face. Commanding lead now with only 4 questions to go. You gotta think about the wattage here, guys. I told you they get tough. All right, go see mommy. See if you can do that. I'll come for you right after that, okay? All right. I love you. Think about it. It's hard. 480,000 32-inch flat screen TVs. They're about 50 watts each, by the way. So, 2 of you got it, though. So, good. All right, stab to the face is first to double digits, though, and there's 3 questions left. Normal operations. Don't think about 2020. It is 60,000. Very good. All right. Not bad, guys. We're getting there. That was a hard question, too, by the way. All right. 2 more questions. Actually, 3 more questions. 18, 19. Yeah, 3 more to go. They are getting tough. I saved the tough ones for the end because that's what decides the men from the boys. Yeah. It's 1.2 million that they saved in fuel. Okay. We're going on here. True and false this time. True or false? Only true and false in the whole thing. I thought this one was a little easy. I could be wrong. I actually found the trivia questions online. But if you've seen the movie Airplane, it probably would help you with this question. You are correct. It is true. You need to eat different food for food poisoning. So, all right, guys. Last question, and I think Stab to the Face might have this, though, because I think you can only get 1,000 points in the question, but finish it strong. All right, it's 78 billion kilometers log. Notice I went metric on you there. So without further ado, here's the winners of Eric Flight Trivia. Third is C. George with 5,540. He answered 9 out of 20 correct. Good fix into second. And first is Stab to the Face. By the way, Stab to the Face, I just put my email on the chat. So email me so I could send you a $5 Amazon gift card for winning this. And that's why we have this trivia, because when you have these long flights... Oh, I didn't really say the questions, though, because I had a 2-year-old with me, or else I would have gotten more animated. But is it worth it? Do we like it, gentlemen? Should we keep it going on certain flights where we're over water and there's not much to look at? But good game, Stab to the Face. Awesome. All right. Make sure to email me for that $5 Amazon gift card. I'll send it to whatever email you tell me in the email to send it to. And I'll get it. So, yeah, Kahoot is part of my teaching there. So, so I just transferred it over to Eric Flight. But, yes, with that, we will close out the game and stab to the face. Remember to email me at ericflightUSA@gmail.com. We're going to go back to the cockpit as of now. And I'm just going to basically sign off with you. So, yes, exactly. That's exactly why I made the trivia. Because when we were doing the, what do you call that? The Narsah Suwak to Kulusuk, it got a little bit boring after a while because we were over the water for a while. So I decided, hey, I'm going to ramp this up there. So, but very good. Our winner, Stab to the Face. Congratulations. Again, email me so I can get that $5 Amazon gift card. Without further ado, guys, I just want to say thank you for tuning in tonight. It was a pleasure flying to Iceland with you. And hopefully we'll see you real soon. So, with that, I'll be signing off. Have a great night. If I can ever find the end stream thing. Here.